All right, good to see everyone. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Hope y'all doing great. I am representing Chicago, Illinois. So, of course, I seen what everybody got to say about it. And if what everybody had to say about it, then it wouldn't be no need for me to talk if I was going to say what you already saying. We're going to get into it. So people, they had a small turnout at the Essence Fest. And there's a bunch of theories about it. People are mad because of the Africans. Stuff like that. Africans took it over, this and that. People went and said it was a whole lot of African food. They didn't like that. They don't like the fact that the Africans bought it. And then Busta Rhymes didn't help last year with the disrespect. Okay. Some people forgot about Busta Rhymes with the disrespect. I'm a little late. Sorry I'm late, but I was on the phone with my theory that somebody didn't want to listen to. I watched the Star Report. He talked about it. I watched that this morning. Star said, just let the Africans have it. Yes, the economy is not, people are not comfortable with the economy. So a lot of the smart people like myself, we're not spending no money right now. We're not spending any money. So a lot of people, we're not spending any money. We look at people that still run around spending money as lames. It's a time to play and it's a time to work. It's a time to sit down. And so a lot of the people that's running around like bozos on cruise ships and all that, they got a big surprise coming. They're going to wish they would have kept that money. But that's neither here or there. Good to see you, young world. Everybody come in, represent where you from. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, Chi-Town. We got the beautiful Nicole looking so good from Woodridge, Virginia. I need me a Nicole from Woodridge, Virginia. We got Royce in the building. We got the gorgeous Arnell representing New Orleans, Louisiana. We got Quaylen representing Indianapolis. We got Stefan representing Richmond, California. Of course, I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody over on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Kick. What other cities we got here? We got Baton Rouge in the house. There was a low attendance at the Essence Fest this year with a lot of cutbacks. Yeah, yep. A lot of cutbacks. We got Buffalo, New York in the house. We got New Orleans in the building. It would be best just let the Africans have it. I mean, those festivals are washed up. That's over with. Those type of festivals, they're done anyway. Might as well let it go. Man, we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you my reason. It's gonna flop anyway. It's over with. Like those type of festivals like that, it's a wrap for them. Those are done. Those are dinosaurs. I mean, you could try to keep them alive a few more years. You might be able to keep it alive, but it's over with. It's a wrap. Those things are over. At this point, they're just beating a dead horse. Let the Africans have it and put the African music and take it to Africa if they want. Because it's a wrap. On all those festivals like that, it's over. It's a wrap. It's gone. It's done. So you better go see Patti LaBelle and Stephanie Mills and your last few people for those type of festivals. Once they're gone, it's a wrap. Ouch, huh? Yeah, I didn't expect that. Come on in, come on in. I'll give it a minute before I start knocking the ball out the park. Because that stuff is over, okay? It's a wrap, okay? Yeah, that shit's a wrap. How can you maintain a festival when the culture that represents that festival is dead? How? How can you maintain a festival when the culture that bags up that festival is dead and gone? It's only survived off of the elders that's still been around to maintain that type of musical culture. That musical culture is dead and gone. Okay? It's a wrap. You don't have any Essence Festival musicians. You don't play music. You're not pushing heterosexual love or heterosexual music anymore. That music and those festivals were heterosexual events. With heterosexual soul music is a heterosexual art form based mainly off of men singing to women. Based mainly. It was heterosexual. There's the records. Here's your Essence Festival music when it was born, starting in 1995. These brothers right here. If we have to, I'll show you the big records at that time. We'll get back to that later because people want to check my file. And so that Essence Festival, it goes along with the Cool Jazz Festival. I don't know how you're going to have a jazz festival when your children don't play any instruments. How you going to have a jazz festival and nobody plays any instruments? I guess. And so they go out there to see. They try to dig up Fantasia, but I mean that's not. She's not going to cut it. Okay, she's no Anita Baker. She's no Stephanie Mills. She's no Patti LaBelle. Okay, she came in on the fall. Yeah, romance is gone. The young black man, he's a cornball. He doesn't slow dance with his women. At parties, it's like what, eight people starts one time, step one time. This is how you party. So you don't have you don't have Essence Festival type parties. You have weirdo parties. It's a generation of weirdos out here now. This is what y'all be. Step two time. That's how you do it at a party. It's like it's like 12 women and one, LGBTQ dude, and that's your parties. Step back. Move it up. You know, it ain't no real players. It ain't no, it ain't no essence type players at your event or whatever. I know. Here I go. Here I go with my bull, right? Here I go again. Here go Pharaoh. Foul. Yeah. I just got off the phone with the lady. She's like, that ain't it. That ain't all it is. I know. Say hello to the bad guy. This is the last time you're going to see a bad guy like me. I'm just trying to figure out how you're going to have a festival, maintain a festival that's a soul music festival. You know, that's a festival based off of me at a party with a young lady. I love you anyway, even if you cannot stay. I think you are the one. We slow dance. She close on me. That's who that festival is for. It's not for you lame brothers that never held a woman tight to you. You don't know how to two step. Your parties are weirdo parties, and there's no essence to it. It's just a weirdo festival. Those festivals is a place you go to get a woman because it's going to be 90,000 women that ain't got no man because the men are like men. And so those is a place like a man like me, if I wanted to get married or meet a woman, I would go to the Essence Festival with all these single ladies with no strong men. There's no heterosexual vibe. It's a weirdo vibe. She Want to be saved. I want to be saved. You know. So she want to be saved. So that's why I go save. Yeah, I know you tired of these videos. I know you need a man in your life. You want to get married, have a real relationship. I know you tired of coming to this stuff with all these chicks. You know what I'm saying? Holler at me. I'm going to save you. You ain't got to do this no more, boo. We could be somewhere camping, making out in a tent or something exciting. We don't have to be with this cornball, you know? You don't have to be at this cornball event with these cornballs. Because that's cornball, you know. It ain't no it ain't no man stuff. It ain't no man woman stuff. It's a place for single women to go and try to find something to do. Yeah, that's crazy. Coming to see Prince. That's an oxymoron. Yeah, yeah, young one. All of, they're gone. And it was built on that. It was built on that. It was built on that. That's what it was built on. You're 100% right. It was built on that type of vibration. And then they had the backups because all the OGs and the old queens were still here. So they had all the backups because they can get Frankie Beverly and Mays. You know what I'm saying? They could get the Ozzy Brothers. They had the backup to have a festival because it's a soul music heterosexual festival. Of course, they want to take the heterosexual part out, but the festivals was a heterosexual festival, and black music was heterosexual music. I'm a DJ. Our DJ parties were for heterosexual intimacy, and the music was made like that. Quiet storm blows wind through my life. It's for the ladies and the men. It's not for weirdos. You can't have a heterosexual soul festival with a population full of weirdos. With all due disrespect. Now you got a population full of weirdos, and you got weirdo performers. Ain't nobody, and the people that want to come is all passing away and getting older, so nobody coming. Who coming to see that? I mean, Patti LaBelle and Stephanie Mills and them all just did a little tour of them for. Patty said, I'm tired right on stage. You know, they work and they trying to keep it alive, but, you know, you want to have a festival. You want to have music. But then when the little boy plays his trombone or plays his trumpet or they play their clarinet, you're beating on the floor telling the kids to turn the music down. You're not nurturing musicians. The only musicians you're nurturing is marching band musicians. You still got that, but you're not nurturing musicians to play music, to make records and make songs. You hate noise. You don't like the children to play music. You don't. You're a bunch of haters. You go in the black community now, you don't hear no music. You don't hear no children playing no instruments because this generation now, there's parents and stuff that's got these homes. You're a bunch of haters, a bunch of stuck up losers. You don't want to hear no music. On our block, when I was taking care of my father, some brothers, I'm 67. So if I was like 50, if I was like 59 or something, these brothers was like 57, 56. And they were down a couple of houses, had the band playing music. They played music till like 10:30 at night. You could play till 11, it's legal till 11 at night. They stopped like 10:30. The next day I come out, I see the old guy across the street. You hit him with that noise right yesterday, that noise. You hear that noise? That's what he said. Of some brothers in the summertime outside playing live instrumentation that we all got our windows open, listening, even if we ain't over there. The dude across the street. So imagine if my son lived across the street like I used to play trumpet. I was a trumpet player. I had to bring my trumpet home. I had to practice. And Mr. Thurman next door, cut all the doors out. It's summer. I got the window open. Everybody didn't have air conditioners like that then. We used to use natural air fan. We liked a little warm. The grouch next door don't want me to practice my trumpet. I gotta go. I gotta play in the school band. I gotta play my trumpet. I gotta play my trumpet. Okay, the children don't play music no more. Okay, how you gonna have a music festival when nobody knows how to play an instrument? Nobody has a band. Nobody likes women. Nobody slow dances. Nobody's making love songs. Frankie Beverly's not performing no more. Slowly, nobody's gonna be performing no more that did do that. What are you gonna do? What kind of festival you gonna have? Who gonna perform? The music for those festivals is gone. You never nurtured the music in your community. You didn't nurture music. You didn't nurture music. You don't got bands in the neighborhood. You don't have nobody playing guitars anymore. Marching bands ain't got no guitar, no bass guitar. So your son being in a marching band, that's not going to help music in the community. You need guitars and drums. You need guitar players. You need keyboard players to make music to have a festival. You don't have any more reggae festivals because nobody plays reggae anymore. There's no more musicians. All your festivals are over. There's not going to be any music festivals. Your music festivals going to be somebody on stage with a DJ. If you go to festivals now, it's one person with a DJ, no bands. Nobody's going to go to Essence Festival and listen to a DJ play an instrumental when you sing. Nobody's going to go to Jazz Fest to listen to no instrumentals or no jazz. Nobody's going to go to a blues fest to listen to no DJ play blues. So I'm trying to figure out, who are y'all getting prepared to do your festivals? Who's going to do your festivals? Because you do not promote music. You don't see guitars for sale in the stores anymore. You don't see bass guitars and guitars in the store. You don't see that. Children don't get instruments for Christmas no more. You know, like we grow up, Mom, I want a bass guitar. I want a lead guitar. I want a drum set. I want a keyboard, Mama. No. You're not, how you going to have, I'm trying to figure out how you going to have music festivals. I'm confused. I don't see where you got the talent. It's been getting worse and worse to the point where they got one band and everybody's singing, and one band got to play for everybody. Same band up there for everybody because ain't nobody got a band. By the time I stopped playing reggae, that's where reggae was at. We would rehearse everybody's song, and then we would go do the show and have a band. And over the years, nobody went to fix that. You just let it deteriorate year after year. It deteriorated. Nobody paid it no attention. The crowd that go see these shows, they eat trash, so they dying. They got diabetes. They got heart failure. They sick because you eat trash. So you ain't gonna live long enough to maintain no culture. You're gonna be all sick. So I'm trying to figure out all these sick people eating all these dead animals and stuff and drinking all this liquor and got addictions and stuff. And then a lot of people is like I said, you don't like women don't like men and men don't like women. So who's gonna make this heterosexual music? And who's gonna come see some music where you don't like women and you don't like men? Then you're just gonna get that crowd to come, and that's cool. But you're not gonna get a heterosexual crowd to come if it's LGBTQ festival. That's who's gonna come. And they don't even play no music. They don't play no instruments either. How you gonna have a festival? The young men that you're raising, all they gonna do is fight. The young black man now is an idiot. He come all in your chat, disrupting your chat, trolling, got no decency. You can't go to no festival with nobody like that with your woman. And you got some weirdo next to you want to be seen, don't know how to sit his goofy ass down nowhere. How you gonna have a good time? You don't have no manners, no decency. You don't know how to play no instrument. You don't promote heterosexual love. You don't want to have no babies. So you ain't no baby maker. You ain't gonna talk to no women. You're a bunch of weirdos. I don't want to have no children, OG. All right, but you want to go to a festival, but you don't want to have no children. So you don't want to have nobody to go to the next festival because you need people to go to the festival, fool. You need people to play the instruments, fool. Oh, you're gonna have robots. You're just gonna have robots. The reason the Essence Festival was a bunch of 35 women by themselves is because y'all some losers, Leon. Y'all didn't marry them. Supposed to have been married couples there. That's not bragging that it's a bunch of single women there. That's a disgrace. Where's the couples? So when you talk about going somewhere, it's a whole bunch of single women there. I hope you don't think that's a good thing. That means the black man is a goofy. He ain't marrying them. He ain't giving them no babies. You all you doing is telling me about when it started to fall. You was going to the fall of it, Leon. That was the fall. That wasn't good. Them shows you was going to create it now. You was going to the fall, the disgrace, the fall of the culture. If there was a whole bunch of single women there, it was the collapse of the culture. That mean all the men is in prison, drug addicts, LGBTQ, and they on their responsibility to be fathers and husbands and have no children. That's what that means. That's not a good thing. I don't know why you're talking about that like that's good. That's not good. And don't troll. Don't troll. We see you, but you don't. You kind of trolling, Leon. Cut back a little bit. Let somebody else talk. Chase the chat away. We see you. You over whooping. Yeah, listen, man. Come back in a few minutes, man. Come back in a few minutes, cause you're doing too much. Yeah, come back in 30 minutes, man. Go sit down somewhere and chill. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to, you know what I'm saying? The chat is for everybody. We don't want one person hogging the chat. Plus, I don't believe shit you saying. I don't believe nothing you saying, Leon. Give it a break. I'm supposed to believe all that nonsense you typing? I don't believe nothing you typing, bro. You just want to be seen. We see you. You're not typing that for no decent reason. You want somebody to see you, bro. It don't even seem like you really trying to say nothing for real. Like you got mental issues or something. Get a life, why don't you? I bet you was single at the. I bet you was single at everything, and probably still is, bruh. I responded a couple of times. You just, uh, uh, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? Nobody want to see your name in brown all up and down and nobody else. Nobody want to see that, bruh. I'm trying to talk to the people. I ain't got time to respond to you back and forth like that. You want me to keep responding to you and not have my conversation? Bro, shut up talking to me. We need some discipline in this new society. Y'all need some discipline. Carry yourself in a better way. That's why the festival ain't no good. Because of dudes like that. He ain't no good for no festival with all that weirdo stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna go to a festival with a weirdo tripping like that? Man, listen, I be keeping it real. I don't be doing no fake stuff. Call it what you want to call it. I don't call it how I see it. I don't be doing no weirdo stuff. Don't come over here with no weirdo activities. We see you. That's cool a little bit, but dang, just to be fanatical. And people, some people, they run everybody else out to chat. Y'all ain't never noticed that. Sometimes you get people and they run everybody and they type so much nobody get to see your comment. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be seen. You want to be seen. Go put on some pink panties and a tutu and go outside and walk up and down the street. Everybody see you. Stop playing with me. Oh, I ain't your average YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? I don't play the YouTube games. I'm not looking for friends and fame. I want to come and drop the knowledge. And what I got to say, I seen everybody talking about the Essence Fest, talking about it was a flop. They saying it was because the Africans. Some people saying it's because Target. They saying all type of stuff. But they yet to realize you don't have that culture no more. Who gonna come? There's nobody interested in that type of entertainment. That's why you got to put rappers on the show. You don't have enough of Essence Festival type music because the Essence Festival is not rap. The Essence rap, that's not a rap type festival. There's not supposed to be no rap there unless somebody's got a rap verse on an R&B song or something. That's not can't be a rap show. You can't draw in an old school type of crowd and rappers. They don't want to hear no rappers. The people that do want to hear the singers, they don't want to hear no Master P or no rappers. But you ain't got enough people to sing R&B to fill up the lineup. We don't have any R&B. R&B is over with. Any event that's based off of R&B, heterosexual R&B music, that's all gone. If you can see a couple shows now, you better go because in about another 3 or 4 or 5 years, that's going to be gone. When you want to hear that kind of music, you got to turn on the oldie station in Chicago. You got to turn on V103, where the dude's talking nice and slow. Welcome to V. And he play all that old stuff. There is no new music like that. There is no new artist like that. Jermaine Dupri is trying to do it, but in my opinion, he ain't masculine enough to make no music for men and women. He too feminine to me. He too girly. Men don't be wearing little tennis bracelets and shit. So how you gonna make some strong heterosexual music and he all, you know, weird and shit? He gotta make music for the brat. And we see who she married. So it's like y'all don't want to face the fact that there is no more couples. There is no more husband and wife type vibes in America, in Black America. There is no more heterosexual music and love. That ain't no more of that. Our young people's uncomfortable around each other. They think they're just supposed to get together and drink and have sex. That's it. These men don't believe in courting no woman or dancing with no woman. These brothers don't dance with no women. These young brothers don't dance with women. You go look at their parties. The brothers stand around, a bunch of dudes with bottles and chains on. They just doing this. And then the women just out there twerking miscellaneously. There's no interaction with the women. Nowadays, they don't dance with women. They weirdos. They only good for pulling out their guns and shooting each other. That's it. And bragging how much money they got. Pulling out fake money that they didn't bought, that they done ordered online. And coming in, that money be fake. The jewelry be fake. The money be fake. They be broke. You can buy that as prop money. You really think that many brothers got that much jewelry on their neck, got that much money in these communities, and the communities is poor? Y'all believe them brothers got that much money? Them brothers ain't got shit. That's fake jewelry and fake money. You can only imagine how many times them strippers find out that a lot of that money was fake. They just throwing that money on them. Nobody got no way to check if the money's real until the event's over. You know what I'm saying? Many new, ain't no new R&B artists. Who the hell is them? Who? What new R&B artist? Ain't no such thing as R&B. Somebody name me a new alcohol. Wait, I ain't never heard of no R&B. Y'all got R&B artists? Okay, I'm looking up. I'm seeing Frank Ocean, pause. The Weeknd, pause. Look, it's saying Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Frank Ocean, pause. Stevie Wonder. I don't see no new people. I just looked up. I don't see none, but I don't see none. They got James Brown on here, Prince. Okay, all I see is old people. Okay, let me see. What do I search? New R&B artists. Summer Walker. Who the hell is that? Who the hell is these people? These people is nobody. Money Long. Lucky Day. Who the hell is them? These people ain't nobody. Leon Thomas III. Who the hell is these people? These people is nobody. These are nobodies. I see Scissor on there. She's a nobody. Chris Brown is there. They got Usher. He's old, but he's on there. Uh, I just see a bunch of nobodies. The only two I see that's anybody is Chris Brown and Usher. Who is these people? These people ain't nobody. It's just proving my point. Victoria Monet, nobody. Coco Jones, nobody. Mooney Long, nobody. These people ain't nobody. They ain't making no noise nowhere. Who is this? A list of nobody, people that nobody want to go see? They ain't shit. Okay. In the world, they might be good. I'm talking about in the world. There ain't nobody in the world. They not getting no shine, and that's why you telling me I gotta go listen to them. They ain't nobody. And this culture don't promote that. This culture not about that. They are nobody. In this culture, they are nothing. They I ain't gonna like you're talking about like Kareem. I'm saying in terms of the culture and popularity in the culture, they ain't nobody. Their names ain't ringing at all. And you talk about I got to go listen to them. You didn't have to go listen to the Commodores. They was popular. You didn't have to go listen to the Temptations. You didn't have to go listen to Smokey Robinson. You heard Smokey Robinson. So you ain't understanding what I'm saying. You never used to have to go listen. You heard them. I got to go listen to them, which means they nobody. They not NBA young boy. They not Kendrick Lamar. They not Drake. They're not the popular artists. They're nobodies. They're behind 30 rappers. 30 or 40 rappers are bigger than them. That's a fact. 30 or 40 rappers are bigger than them. Rappers run music, black music now. They the big stars. Singers ain't nothing. Look at Kendrick Lamar, how he hogged the show from the sister. He didn't let the sister sing nothing. At the Super Bowl, she was sounding good. He didn't let her do 2 songs. Am I lying? How many songs Kendrick let her do? And she was sounding good, and there was a bunch of women out there at the Super Bowl. You know how it's the Super Bowl, you're a man and you watching football and your woman, your wife tolerating it. So when the halftime comes, you're supposed to have some entertainment for the women, right? Did the Super Bowl have any entertainment for the women? No. They let her sing a half a bar, basically, and that was it. They ain't even had a decency enough to let her sing 2 songs. And she was sounding good. She sounded better than him, really. Her song came out, it sounded way better than him. Way better. And I like rap. But her song sounded way up here and his was down here. That is a fact. Who watched the Super Bowl? Now, I ain't listening to that shit, bro. For what? That got nothing to do with what I'm saying. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to that. That stuff, whatever they doing is trash. Y'all ain't understanding me. Whatever they doing is trash because they ain't got the culture to back it up. Y'all not understanding me. I'm talking about culture. R&B ain't shit if you ain't got an R&B culture. You have to have an R&B culture. You can't just make soul music and R&B. You have to have that culture. We live in a rap culture, drill rap. We live in a rap culture. We don't live in an R&B culture. We don't live in a heterosexual man dance with a woman culture. So they singing what matter. Do that matter? You're not gonna dance with no woman. They just singing. It's trash because it doesn't have a culture to back it up. I know y'all don't understand what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. It has no culture. It has no meaning. This is not a heterosexual culture. This is a weirdo culture. So singing to a woman, what does that mean? You don't even dance with women. At what point is music of any value if it don't got a dance to go to it? Show me a time in Black history where we had any music that didn't have a certain type of dance to go with it. That's why blues didn't go nowhere. Because it had no way to express yourself when you listen to it. We listening to I found love on a two-way street. And when you hear that, what you do? You go ask a woman to dance and what? You put her up against your chest and lost it on a lonely. Bam! There's the culture. You don't got that. How you gonna have a festival? You don't got no culture. You don't got no music with no culture. All your festivals are gonna dissipate. That's why you don't see no reggae concerts. There's no Rasta culture no more. Reggae is dead. No culture. Reggae. They say, okay, what was the culture? You used to put up music and we used to skank. It's a revolution. Yeah, it was a dance to it. And we used to rubber dub. You know what I'm saying? We used to rubber dub. There was a culture to it, and it had to deal with the women. And if you get rid of the women, you got nothing. If you get rid of love and male, female, heterosexual bonding with the music, you got nothing. You got trash. That's one reason drill rap and stuff gonna be struggling. Cause it ain't nothing you gonna bond with no woman with. It's gonna come, that shit gonna be gone. They don't get to do no shows and shit like that. They gotta wait for the Europeans to have a big festival to come and run out there. Everybody do this. That's their form of dancing at a concert. But other than that, ain't nobody never gonna pay no Kodak Black or play none of that music at no party or nothing like that. They ain't gonna get no money but Coachella money and them shows. That's it. That's the only money they gonna get. Cause it ain't cause what you can do to it, you can't do nothing to it. But put your stuff on Spotify and get robbed for all your money. And when you put some bros together and they rapping and it ain't no intimacy and it ain't nothing you can do, then they're gonna start shooting. They're gonna start fighting. They're gonna start fighting, they're gonna start shooting. They just shot up Detroit, they just shot up Chicago, they just shot up Philadelphia because the music what good is music if you can't do nothing to it? You have to be able to do something to the music. And it have to be intimacy between a man and a woman. And when you don't got intimacy between a man and a woman, you ain't got no babies. You ain't got no babies. You ain't got no population. You ain't got no population. You ain't got no political power. You ain't got no army. You ain't got no defense. You ain't got no business. You got nothing if you don't have no relationship between the man and the woman. And the music got to be a relationship between the man and the woman. Once you take that away, how am I pack a party if it's not going to create no relationship between man and women? That's why all your parties suck. You ever seen these parties? It don't be nobody there, but people want to fight. These DJs be throwing these parties in Chicago. It don't be nobody there. It be whack because the new thing you doing, it ain't no intimacy between the man and the woman. Guy ain't trying to be simps nowadays. Your daddy was a simp because he got with your mama and had you. Your daddy was a simp because he loved your mama. And your daddy was a simp, huh? Because he loved your mama and they had sex and had you. You was born out of simpism. That what you saying? You're gonna have to be clear. You're gonna have to make it make some sense. You're gonna have to be clear. When you say simp, was your daddy, was your granddaddy a simp because he loved your grandmama? That's a simp. You just proving my point. Y'all fucked up. You fucked up, Kareem. You all fucked up. Because you think the woman is a bitch in the hole. You ain't got no queens. You ain't never no simp when you a king and you approach a queen. Simps is goofies and losers. Okay? Simps is goofies. I'm a king. So when I approach a woman, ain't no simping. This a queen. We trying to have a prince and a princess. I don't know what a simp is. I don't know what a simp is. I know what a bitch nigga is, but I don't know what no simp is. I don't know what no simp. A simp is usually a hater that'll call you a simp, and then you pull a queen, he go try to fuck her behind your back. He gonna call you a simp, but he gonna be the first one to try to fuck her. So niggas that be calling niggas simps, them be snakes or LGBTQ. Because when you see a man that look down on a man talking to a woman, he probably like men. So what about the men when you in your boy's face? What you call that? If I go and get in a woman's face, I'm a simp. When you and your boy running around together, holding each other's nuts, what you call that? A bitch nigga? Stop playing with me. Don't be trying to insult me on the sly, because that's what I do. You try to call me a simp. Basically, you try to say you ain't simps nowadays, but you got your booties out. You're feminine. You're stupid. You stay in jail. So you try to say men ain't trying to be simps these days, but brothers ain't shit these days. Maybe you need to be a simp because you're a bunch of fucking losers. You ain't got no money. The community ain't doing no better. You ain't having no children. You ain't buying no homes. You ain't building no community. The Mexicans running over your ass, coming in getting all the homes and shit. So if y'all niggas ain't simps, what the fuck is y'all? Y'all scared of women. That's because y'all niggas LGBTQ. Y'all up in the county jails, and a lot of y'all came out of prison county jail. I gotta read y'all. Ladies, these men be back up in these jails and these prisons. And when they come out with that hard stance on women, you should see them up in the jails. You should see how they living up in the jails and how they all on each other's nuts up in these jails and these penitentiaries. That's why they want to hit you from the back in the other spot. Because that's what they've been doing up in the jail. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Nigga can come over here and play with me if you want to. Y'all ain't standing on no bad man business. Y'all ain't having no sons or daughters. Y'all ain't growing the population. Y'all making our army weak. If we go to war, your bitch ass ain't having no babies. Who gonna fight for us? Nigga ain't having no children, leaving us out here butt ass naked. But your granddaddy had a bunch of children. Your great granddad had a bunch of children. Even some of y'all daddy. Now you don't want to have no children. I hear it all the time. You don't want to have no children. You want to come into the world. Nah, but you don't want to bring nobody else in the world. So you useless. You worthless. Now, how you going to have a festival when a bunch of black men and women don't want to have no children? Who going to go to the festival? Who going to eat at the restaurant? You say you want to build businesses. Okay, who going to spend money there if you ain't got no babies? How you going to get money when you ain't got nobody to spend no money? For the you was a businessman. No children is bad for business. No children is bad for business. If you have a lot of children, your wife can make $500 a day at a candy store. The candy store lady used to get paid. The lady selling pickles used to get paid. The ice cream truck used to get paid. The bicycle shop paid. The kids paid. We was picking up bottles, making more money than some of you grown men. 5 cents a bottle. We pick up bottles all day. How you gonna make money? You ain't got no army. How you gonna defend yourself if you ain't got no army? So the white man go out there, he try to have 5 children. Because in the white community, they pumping 5 children, have more babies, grow the race. Grow the race. Deport these Mexicans so they won't outpopulate us. Lock these blacks up so they can't have children. They won't outpopulate us. What's your sentence when you go to prison? Your sentence is what? If they give you 7 years, what's your sentence? 7 years, you can't make a baby. You can't be around your wife and your children. 7 years, no children. 20 years, no children. So if they lock up hundreds of thousands of black men, how many babies we not having? Who want to really get on some real math over here? Step into the arena. I'm talking way over your head. Population control. They have babies. They police you. They tell you, shut up, sit down, go over here, go over there. Then they hire themselves. Now they got the workforce to do the work, and you are nobody. You got no economical base or nothing. Because they know when they seen the baby boomers, they seen black people built the economical base, and we was getting money because we had all these babies. And we took over sports, we took over everything because we had a lot of babies. They seen that. So this is why they say they want abortion to be states' rights. So that the states where the blacks is at can have abortion and the states where the whites at don't. But y'all don't know. So they don't want to have federal abortion because now the white ladies can get abortion. They want to make abortion illegal for the white woman, but legal in Chicago. Legal wherever you at, it'll be legal. And wherever they at, it'll be illegal because it's going to be states' rights. And the white states, you're going to have no right to have an abortion. And in the black states, you can have all the abortions you want. Listen, man, let's take a break. Who ready for you? What y'all, what we doing? Huh? Who really want to learn something and who don't? When you go to a concert with your queen, your fiance, your girlfriend, your wife, and the man get up there singing about how much he loved her and all that, that transfers to your woman, and that helps make your life better. That relaxes her. That make her feel good. That make the date even better because the brother or the sister singing on your behalf. They rapping for you. They making your bond stronger. But when you go to a concert and you by yourself, and the women by themselves, and he up there singing how much he loves you, you don't even know these women. So the song is like irrelevant. The song is irrelevant. So now you got to be on some hoochie mama stuff. You just trying to find somebody to have sex with, but you ain't looking for no mother for your children. And if you ain't looking for no mother for your children, if you ain't looking to get married, if you ain't looking to be no king, because you ain't no king if you ain't got no queen. If you ain't got no queen, you just a prince. It's a fact. You ain't no king without no queen. You were just a prince. You ain't nothing. You ain't standing on nothing if you ain't having no babies. If you ain't having no babies, you ain't on nothing. If you a single man right now and you want to go to war with me, and I go get my 3 sons, us four, we gonna do you dirty. It's just you. It's gonna be 4 of us. You lose. We kick you down. We take your castle. We pillage your village. You lose. You gotta go find 3 friends. I don't gotta find 3 friends. I call my sons. So you ain't no king when you talking about you don't want to be no simp. You don't want to get married. Man, I don't want to have no baby. I don't got no babies. And then let me tell y'all something. Ladies, remember I said this first. All these young brothers from this generation are having no babies, right? They're going to be 45 years old and 50 years old trying to have babies. They're going to wait till they see their clock running out. And they're going to be trying to run out and get married and have babies. They're going to have all these late-ass babies. It's going to be a whole bunch of brothers in their late 40s, early 50s having babies. Once they realize they messed up, that they should have been having them babies in their 20s. They should have been having them babies early. So how you going to have a festival when you ain't got nobody singing no love songs? You ain't got no love in the community. You ain't got no bond between a man and a woman. What's the basis of the music at the festival? So that festival has no meaning. That's why the Africans going to take it to Africa, and it's going to be that African music they're going to be playing. That's why they had all African food. They finna take that festival to Africa. And when they do have it here, it's going to be all for Africans. That's why they had all African food. Because there is no Black American culture that was here when they started that festival. That culture gone. So now the festival got to go. That was an R&B, man and woman, heterosexual festival. That's what that was. The Jazz Fest too. All those black festivals were heterosexual festivals for couples. They wasn't for single people. Nobody had single festivals or single things, because when you have single men, it's fights. It's fights and violence. So anytime you got a bunch of single men together, it's fights and violence. You look at this culture right now, if I'm lying, you tell me right now that these shorties, they don't come there with no woman, 5 dudes. Look, when we used to have parties, right? And before I open the door to my party, we got a man that go outside. He go outside. He see this sister, y'all go in. He see this brother, go in, because we need somebody. We see 4 brothers. We don't let y'all in. We don't let y'all in. Look, facts. 4 dudes, we not letting you in. Why y'all come here with all these dudes? What y'all gonna do in this party? Because with the top parties, like we used to have, you had to get let in by the doorman. Nobody wanted to go to no party when no bunch of hard legs show up, because all they want to do is fight. So you don't let them in. I'm giving you gas, somebody. You a bunch of single dudes, you not getting in. We'll let 1 dude in, we might let 2 dudes in. But once y'all piled up 3 or 4 y'all, we not letting y'all in. Y'all losers. Ask anybody at 4 men at a party trying to get in, 3 men at a party. Ask anybody, y'all was considered losers. Everybody look at, don't let them in. They troublemakers. These ain't no players. They don't like no women. These dudes will mess the party up. 4 dudes together. Well, y'all get the hell out of here. And you wasn't no gangster because we tell you get out of line and leave. And you'll get out of line and leave too. Yeah, you'll leave. Or all 4 of y'all to get did dirty out here. We wouldn't let you in. If you wasn't dressed right, we ain't let you in. You gonna fight. See, the brother that's clean, he not finna fight. He, you know what I'm saying? He got on his nice shoes. He got on some gaiters or something. Nah, he not finna fight in his clothes. You half dressed like that? Now go home. You'll fight. You'll fight. The young black man now, you don't even know how to dress. You don't know how to dress. It be single women looking for love. They looking for a man. But the men ain't men. The men ain't fathers, ain't heterosexual men. The men right now, they look down on the woman. They just want to run through the women. They just want to abuse the women. They want to sleep behind a man. They want to sleep with a dude's woman. They on that I F'd your B stuff. That's what these new ones on. They like to sleep behind men and brag. They brag because they sleep with another man's woman. They not no players. They lames. I'm trying to delamify them. So that's why some brothers watch me. I'm trying to knock the lame out your goofy ass. Turn you into a man. Stop trying to sleep behind a brother. That's you look weak, bro. Talking about you slept with his B. If you slept with him, that ain't even his woman if she slept with you. You slept with a tramp. No, they don't dance together. Because the young brothers is weirdos. These young brothers is weirdos and they scared of women. They scared. They only want to talk to a woman for sex. That's it. They don't know how to talk to no woman. They not comfortable with no woman. They think a woman is a sex item. They phony. They treat your daughter one way and treat their mama a different way. Their mama is everything. Your mama ain't nothing. Your daughter ain't nothing. Their daughter is everything. They phony. They hypocrites. They're like Snoop. He say, bees ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. Then his daughter. Then you ask him, what about your daughter? What about your wife? Then it's like, no, my wife. But the other brothers' wives, bro, So you make a song saying our daughters and our mamas and our wives ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. But your daughter and your wife, what the hell is they? That's the hypocrisy. So now the next brother look at your wife like that. The next brother look at your wife how you look at everybody else's wife. And you begin to degrade the culture. Because you got no culture if you got no children. And foundational Black Americans, your relatives came from the South, and the first thing they did was start dropping babies and going to work, period. That's why we was called what? Baby what? Boomers, because they put the boom on the ladies and had babies. That's the only reason y'all could walk around. If it wasn't for baby boomers like me, y'all wouldn't even be able to come outside. Who you think fought the races? Who you think made it so you could come outside? If it wouldn't have been no children, they would have ran over us. But they had a lot of children. So then my generation was able to keep my generation in check. White dudes my age didn't dare do what now your generation do to you. They ain't play with us like that. If you look at Black history, you're going to see a big space where there wasn't a whole lot of racism and whatnot. They wasn't playing. There's a group they didn't play with. God, I challenge you. I challenge you right now. I was born in 1958. I graduated out of high school in 1976. Check the file and see if they played with us. And I guarantee you're going to say, oh, you're right. They did not play with us. None. And I lived Chicago, California, Hawaii. And when I got out of Hawaii, it was a bunch of white dudes out there. Did they play with me at all? Any little bit? No. No. Because we had an army. It was a lot of us. And dumb babies is money. And heterosexual love is money. That's parties, that's clubs, that's clothes. That's an economy. That's how you build an economy. You build an economy. Getting married, having a wife, staying together, having children. That's money. That's how you have festivals. When you stop doing that, your festivals wither away. Your entertainment wither away. How you going to have a band with 5 people when you only got 2 people? You got to have babies to have a band. You got to have babies to have singers. You got to have babies to have a football team. You got to have babies to have a basketball team. You stop having babies, they're going to start going getting athletes from Africa. They're going to start getting athletes from other places. Black American men don't play baseball no more because you ain't got enough people to have a team. You need 9 people. The black community, black people don't got enough boys to have play baseball. You ain't having no sons like that. They closing schools in Chicago. You don't got enough people to fill up the schools. That's why they put them Venezuelans in them schools. Them schools was empty. Your parks is empty. You can't let your son go to the park because ain't nobody up there but a few gangbangers. Ain't nobody at the park no more. If you got a lot of babies, they'll outnumber the gangbangers. But if you ain't got a lot of babies, the gangbangers outnumber the good kids. You're not going to have that many gangbangers. You're going to have more good kids than gangbangers by far. You're going to work hard to take care of your children. No, you don't want no babies. You can't afford babies. You can afford to smoke weed all day, though. You got plenty of money to smoke weed, but you ain't got no money to buy no baby clothes and buy no lunch for your children. That's too expensive, OG. I don't have no babies. Then I go by your house, you got 30 pair of Jordans. But you can't raise no son because you's a big-ass, bitch-ass nigga yourself with sneakers on. You still wearing sneakers. like you in the 8th grade and shit. How many grown ass men buying sneakers like that? That ain't even black culture. We ain't buying nothing unless it match. So we ain't buying no whole bunch of sneakers. We only bought these sneakers because we finna go somewhere. We gonna do some walking and it match the outfit. Ain't nobody, no grown ass man buying sneakers, buying sneakers. Y'all lame ass niggas is going to parties with suits on and sneakers on. In front of your children, talking about you daddy, and daddy got on a suit with some floods, some tight pants, some floods. Weirdo don't even know how to dress. Y'all be looking tacky as hell. Y'all don't know how to dress. Y'all ain't suave or nothing. And you got some tight ass suit pants on with your BBL sticking out and a tight ass suit jacket and some sneakers. And be thinking you flying shit. And there ain't no OGs out there to say, boy, you look tacky as hell with that shit on. Where you call this outfit? Who taught you how to dress? Nobody, OG. I want my booty sticking out like my mama. That's who raised my mama raised me. Her booty be sticking out. So my booty be sticking out. I wear tight booty. I wear booty suit. You got on a booty suit. You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of bruh? What is that? What is those? Daddy got on sneakers. Grown ass man. Grown ass man buying sneakers. Boy, I'm not finna buy no sneakers, bruh. You crazy. I'm gonna buy some sneakers. I'm gonna wear them motherfuckers out, and I'm gonna buy some more sneakers. Boy, I'm not finna have no boxes of no sneakers. Is you crazy? You done lost your mind. A real man ain't got all them sneakers. The real man got some hard shoes. You got your black shoes, you got your brown shoes, you might got some gray shoes or some burgundy, Isaiah. And you got clothes to go with that. You ain't got no whole bunch of shoe boxes like your mama. Mama got all them shoe boxes. Now daddy got a whole bunch of shoe boxes, reverse roles. Men shopping. I'm trying to wake you young brothers up. Men shopping, black men. Started with that weirdo Jeezy. Every day I'm at the mall. I said, that ain't gangster punk. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy say every day you at the mall. I'm like, you bitch. You bitch ass nigga. Every day you at the mall. What kind of gangster is you? I guess a gangster. The gangsters every day. The gangsters at the mall. Like, hell no. You shopping every day. I'm shopping. I'm a gangster. I'm shopping. It's like this nigga Shopify. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? I said, what the fuck? You know them bitches they got at the mall? They built them for your daddy and granddaddy. He take your mama to the mall. Then he go get some caramel corn or something, and he sit on the bench like a player, and she come back with bags and shit, and he watch her bags, Daddy not doing all that. Daddy not doing all that. Players, we don't shop like that. Players, we shop like this. I need some black and green shoes. I need a black and green sweater to go with this. And we walk in the store, we look. They walk up, say, "May I help you?" Like, "No, I'm all right." You don't see no sweater to go with your shit, you leave. Women are going there looking for a black and green outfit, see it, she'll start looking at other stuff, pink stuff, whatever they got. She shopping. We don't shop. We just go grab what we gonna get. I need some black shoes, period. I walk in there, I don't like these black shoes. I walk in there, I don't like these. I walk in there, I like them, put them on. You got my size, bet, run that, boom, I'm in the car, I'm gone. I got some black shoes. I go to grab what I want. I don't do no shopping. So don't walking up on me and say, "May I help you?" Yeah, actually you can. You could get the fuck out my face. That's what you could do. I'll call you when I see some shit. Punk, it's real G up in this store. Yeah, you can help me. Get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can help me. Yeah, yeah, you can help me. May I help you? Yeah, get the fuck out my face. That'll help a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that'll help a whole lot. Get the fuck out of here. I'll let you know when I need you, punk. You know what I mean? And step your game up. I mean, it's cool you're in here selling little sneakers or selling little shit. How old is you? Okay, you cool. You're only 18, 19, you in here. How old is you? You 27, you in here selling sneakers? Okay, listen, your whole life fucked up. Can I help you get a life, bitch, nigga? This how you make your money? You live with your mama, don't you? All up in your mama house arguing with her man. That's a new generation. I'm with your mama. You hating on me. I can't clap you back because your mama love you. You hating on me. I'm with your mama. I love your mama. I'm I gotta love you and deal with you. You her son, but you a hater. You want to take out all the anger on me because your daddy a bitch and left you, and you want to take that shit out on me and then make me mad. And I want to clap your daddy when I see him. You know, that's all you do. You gonna get your daddy fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other story. Boy, you gonna get your daddy hurt. Playing like that. I can't really fuck with you, shorty, because you know you hers and y'all a package. But your daddy gonna get fucked up. He need to come get you. You know what I'm saying? But you gonna get your daddy PW. You know what I'm saying? So if we ain't got that kind of culture, how you gonna have a festival? You can't. All our festivals gonna dry up. We ain't gonna have no festivals. We ain't gonna have no parties. We ain't gonna have nothing. That's why they say they don't even want y'all coming to the Caribbean cruise no more. Your little bad kids and shit running around. You ain't got no stability. They say, listen, when you come, your kids gotta go to bed at a certain time. They cannot be out here. If they're 18, 19, they gotta be 21 to be up past late. They got all kind of rules because y'all some grown ass niggas don't know how to act. I seen the video where the lady was at a party with her son. She was twerking her whole booty with her son right there. And probably let one of them dudes go up in there at night. Right there, her son see all that. Just a tacky ass group. How you gonna have any type of festival, any type of anything? You don't got no decency. You don't got no family. You ain't pushing love. You ain't pushing intimacy. You're not dating. You're not courting. You ain't teaching your daughters to court somebody to get to know them first. You ain't supposed to be having sex on no first, second, or third date like that. You're supposed to be trying to get to know him first. You can't just go out with him and then go sleep with him. He got HIV, herpes, everything. He done gave you the 3-pack. Messing with this stranger like that. You don't know him for a can of paint. Now you done had sex with him or you end up getting pregnant. Now you got to get to know him after you done got pregnant. Parents didn't party shit back at all back. Parents didn't party, period. Parents didn't go to no fucking club. If you a daddy or you a parent, you at the club, you's a fucking loser. My daddy and mama never went to no goddamn club and did no parties. Grown, mature men, the only thing they go is events that friends have, other married couple. The Smiths or the Hardys have an event and mom and daddy go. Sometimes they take you and the other children be there. When you say mom and daddy in a club was a bust down from the very beginning. There was no such things as clubs. The club been a spot for losers. Parties were held in conference halls and ballrooms. And then as you start getting towards the 80s, that's when they start going and starting to have parties in bars and they turned bars into clubs. And that's when the shit got tacky. You used to go to parties used to be at the Sheridan or something in the ballroom. It was classy. The club always been tacky from the day they started. They took Club Allegro here in Chicago, made it to 69 Club. Then the dating game and all them wasn't club, them was lounges. And they turned lounge. Now this is after disco. This got nothing to do with disco. Disco was way before then. This got nothing to do with disco. They turned lounges into clubs. When disco came out, they still was going to ballrooms and shit. Disco didn't last that long in the big cities. Disco didn't last. Back in the day, different type of music just meant when you went to the party, you just did a different dance. You know what I'm saying? So you either did disc jam, the spank, or you danced disco. Then it would change, but it would all still be at the same type of party. It was just a way you danced. There wasn't no such thing as no disco party. They would just play a disco record. I would just play a disco record, but it wasn't no disco party. And after the disco record, I might put on I will love you anyway, even if you cannot stay. I might put on the Dales or something. You don't play all disco all night. You play the hot disco record. It wasn't no disco party. That's false information. It was just a disco song. They didn't have enough disco songs to have no party. To be honest with you, there wasn't enough disco songs to have no disco party. R&B still ran everything. The Ohio Players, Isley Brothers, they didn't make disco records. They didn't make disco records like that. It was only a few disco records that made it. They didn't fit the mood of these nice parties. It was just regular records. That's it. It was just regular records, regular hit records. Wasn't no disco. It'd be like the hot fast record, like the Commodores, fancy don 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 don, fancy dancer, whatever that record, whatever the hot record that the group came out, you play that. And you play two or three fast records, then you play a slow record, then a slower record, then a slower record, then back to another fast record. So I mean, like a disco record would be like Marvin Gaye, got to give it up. But we didn't really consider it disco. It just was another record. You dance the same way you dance on other records, whatever the new dance is. I mean, the Essence Festival Most Hated is done anyway. They need to sell it to the Africans. Black Americans don't have no culture for the Essence Fest no more. When they started the Essence Fest, y'all had a culture. Black folk had a music culture. You don't have a music culture no more. All your music is just drill and rap. You don't got no more music, not like that. There's no music in the black community, just drill and rap. You don't got no music for them. Who? You don't got no music. Who? When they made them festivals, you had a lot of music. You had Grover Washington. Dun, 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 dun. You had jazz people made music we danced to. You had R&B people made music you danced to. You had all different types of people that made music we danced to. So you had a culture and you had bands. You going to see the Isley Brothers, the Ohio Players, Parliament Funkadelic. You going to see bands, musicians. The Ohio Players gone. Commodore's gone. Funkadelic's gone. Who gonna do the festival? Who gonna perform at the festival? Fantasia? Nobody want to see no bootleg Aretha Franklin. Now, that's the fall. She represents the fall. That's why they still trying to book Patti LaBelle in them. They still trying to book the older women and brothers. That's why every time you looked up, they booking Ronald Isley and they was booking Frankie Beverly. They can't do it no more. Everyone, Frankie Beverly, Ronald Isley, the headline. They can't do it no more. Who you got now? Who y'all got that's going to replace Frankie Beverly and the Isley? Nobody. It's over with. How can you have a festival and you don't got festival music? There's got to be festival music to have a festival. No, hip hop didn't destroy our live music. What happened is you wasn't having no babies first. You stopped having babies. Then you didn't promote music in the schools. You became negative and haters. You didn't want to hear no noise. You became a bunch of bitches. Your son can't practice his trumpet no more. You can't practice your trombone no more. Motherfucker downstairs sitting on the floor. Talking about stop the noise. But if your son learn how to play the trumpet and get in the band, they play it on the radio. This motherfucker gonna dance if it's on the radio. But while your son in the fourth grade, fifth grade, trying to learn how to play his trumpet, this motherfucker beating on the floor. How you gonna have music when you don't want to hear no noise? See, I'm telling the real part of Black history don't nobody want to tell. You don't want to hear no noise. You didn't want to hear the children practicing their instruments. Yes, they sound horrible. They only in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade. Then later, them same people saying rap ain't nothing but a bunch of noise. The same people that was complaining about you playing your trumpet. What local jazz artists? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's playing no instruments no more. When I was a kid and I played trumpet, my mama never complained. Me in my room trying to learn how to play my trumpet. She ain't say nothing. She know I'm trying to learn how to play my trumpet. But stupid ass Mr. Thurman next door, he worked a night shift, so he had to sleep in the day. So he want everybody to be quiet in the motherfucking day. I'm playing my instrument. He constantly hollering at me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the fourth, fifth, sixth grade. You know what I mean? Then when I get motherfucker like a junior and shit, and I run up on him, call him all kind of bitch ass niggas and ready to do him. Now he complaining to my mama. Now that I'm a gangster, I ain't no little boy no more. Now I want to steal on him. Now he gonna tell my mom I'll talk crazy to him. But nigga, boy, I'm really on something now. Nigga, I'm like a sophomore, I'm a junior. That's like a grown man back then. I'm wearing tailor-made clothes. I'm shooting dice. I'm still gambling. Who you talking to? Watch who you talking to, punk. You know what I'm saying? So now he being disrespectful. My mama said, don't talk to him like that. I said, Mom, I'm going to slap him if he keep on. Boy, I told you, shut up, leave him alone. All right. Because I told my mom, I don't slap Mr. Thurman. Let him keep playing. Bust his head open. My mama like, shut up and leave him alone. Nobody wanted to hear no music no more. So then parents stopped doing it. Then the school didn't have enough kids to play, right? So the school can't have band. If ain't nobody there, then you got less babies. You ain't got no babies to have no music. Y'all stop having babies, turn LGBTQ. The young black men, y'all ain't fucking nothing. Y'all ain't putting no babies up in these women. Y'all don't want to be no fathers. Y'all want to be old ass losers with a bunch of sneakers and no son. You rather have sneakers than a son. I hear it over here all the time. I just want to have one baby, OG. I'm like, that's because you's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's why you just want to have one baby. You ain't no king. Scary ass nigga. Have some children. You'll be able to pay for them. Man, Kevin Samuels said I need to put a pickle in my mouth. Kevin Samuels said I need to suck on something. You know what I'm saying? Listening to that punk. You know what I'm saying? I like, you's a grown ass man. You listening to that punk. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. That's your guy, some punk dude that ain't never got no woman with his fingernails all done and shit and looking all prissy. That's your God? Whatever. Come on, man. I would have slapped the shit out of Kevin Samuels. Talk to my daughter like that, tell my daughter she don't cut it, she ain't good enough and all this. Hurt my baby's feelings. Y'all brothers went and promoted somebody that disrespect your daughter, disrespect your mama, disrespect your auntie. So we didn't got to the era where black men is letting people disrespect somebody as long as it's somebody not in their family and ain't thinking, damn, what if he was doing that to my family? So y'all let people do stuff and think it's cool because it's somebody else. I come from the era where we the wish a nigga would shit. So when Kevin Samuel talked crazy to a black woman, my era was I wish that nigga would talk to my sister or my daughter like that. I wish a nigga would ever. Y'all niggas thought that shit was cute. Let that man disrespect all them black ladies. But that could have been your sister, your auntie, and all that. And that nigga ain't no super handsome ass, big head, big melon head nigga, wasn't that? And he was feminine. And y'all let him get away with that shit. Then you want to come over here upholding Kevin Samuels, knowing you scary. To even listen to him, I already know you wear tampons and shit. If you listening to that motherfucker, I seen women over there. I would have sure knocked them back. I would have fucked them. I would have married them. I would have got them pregnant. I seen women over there. He said wasn't no good. I would have hit that. Is he crazy? It was some bad women over there. He was saying they wasn't no good. I'm like, nigga, you blind or you? Oh, okay. You pride month. You a pride month dude. And then a lot of you brothers agree with him. Y'all would have hit them women. Y'all phony asses. Y'all would have hit that one. Matter of fact, your girlfriend don't even look that good. Your last baby mama. You talking all that shit. Show me a picture of your baby mama. You talking about you let her disrespect this man. Show me a picture of your mama. To all you punk niggas that watch Kevin Samuel, show me one woman he disrespected and show me a picture of your mama. And your mama better look better. Real nigga shit. Here go this dude trolling, bro. You a troll, man. I'm not reading all that shit, bro. You a troll, man. You too feminine, bro. I don't fuck with no trolls. Come back tomorrow. Trolling my goddamn account like that. I don't like trolls. Feminine ass. Why does dude be trolling like that? You need to get a life, bro. Every time he come, it be like 6 comments in a row. He push everybody else out of the discussion. Some kind of weirdo. You play bass and keyboard now? That's good. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, he worked the third shift, but he was mean anyway. His stepson, he was the woman he was with, he was raising her son. He treated that boy bad. We be out playing football and throwing our ball and stuff. He'd be the only one come out complaining that he touched his car. Oh, my daddy got a Cadillac car better than his. Everybody else got cars. The football bouncing off everybody's car. These is cars made in the 60s and 70s. Can't no football, dent no car made in the 60s, 70s. These cars straight steel. Okay? He the only one the football bounced off his car. He complained. You know how now, if you was a little boy and you was 8, 9 years old and you jumped on the hood of the car and if you went and stood on the roof of the car, you know how it would dent in? Not in the 60s and 70s. You stand on the roof of your daddy car, it don't dent in. They don't make cars like that no more. That car do not dent in. We used to run over cars all the time. We stayed running over my daddy car. It won't do nothing. Them cars was steel. The roof, no, not finna dent in, none. An adult could stand on the roof. It's not gonna dent in, not on them cars. So what is a football gonna do? So he was just mean. I just wanted to talk about this because I felt like everybody was saying the wrong thing about the festival. The festival's over anyway. Foundational Black Americans have not nurtured no culture for festivals. You don't have a festival culture anymore. You don't have festival entertainment no more. You don't have bands. You don't know how to play trumpets, pianos, nothing no more. All your producers play on electronic instruments. We've lost our culture. You can't go nowhere and have an intimate time with a woman nowhere. It's nowhere to take a woman no more. A lot of y'all chasing foreign women or women that ain't even black. Y'all so weak. Y'all chasing weirdo women. You can't even talk to your own woman. You scary. You want to go all the way down to South America or somewhere and get some, you know what I'm saying? You saying this woman better than your mama. You don't even like your mama, so you trying to get something that ain't don't know look nothing like your mama, nothing like your relatives. It's crazy. You don't even like your own race. There's no intimacy. There's nothing. There's no black love. There's no black parties. There's no black man, black woman connection. And you go on the internet and you see a party, you can go look at it right now. And you're gonna look at the club and you're gonna see some dudes right here. There's a bunch of dudes, they stand there doing this. Then there's some women over there, 4 or 5 women together, 4 or 5 dudes together here, 3 men here, women together there, like that. You might see a woman talking to a dude, but you don't see no man in there with his woman. They leaving their woman at home or whoever they sleeping with, if they even got a woman, they going to the club and then she leaving him and she going to a club standing around. And they just standing around. It ain't no heterosexual family lifestyle in the black community no more, which is sad. No family. There's no family structure, black love type situation. The young black man think that all he's supposed to do with a woman is get her drunk and sleep with her. He's got no intimacy or nothing. He don't know nothing what to do with no woman. Nothing. That's why he won't stay in no relationship. That's why she get pregnant, she end up with the baby by herself. Because he ain't no man. He ain't got no type of, the homie is the new thing. He'd rather be with the homie than his wife. She got to sit up there and watch him bring all these dudes up into the house. Saudi want to be with the dudes, the dudes. You go, you can watch anything. Go watch No Jumper and watch them brothers. It's all a bunch of brothers. None of them act like fathers or husbands or like they got no woman. Everything's on the dead homies, on the dead homies. Same in Chicago. You go to Chicago, you turn the rap videos, it's a whole bunch of dudes with prop guns or real ones. It's all dudes. And every time you see these dudes, they're around a whole lot of dudes. That's it. They whole image as a rapper is around a whole lot of dudes with guns. They got nothing about no woman. Now, a woman is crazy. Nothing about no woman. And then if they do get a woman to get on social media, then all the dudes want his woman. They want the other one's woman. They don't want their own woman. These new young brothers, they want to sleep behind another man. And it make you think, well, they really like that man. Because if I got a woman and you see my woman and you just get hell bent, you want to sleep to my woman, you got some type of infatuation with me because there's a billion women out here. Why are you trying to sleep behind me? It's like you trying to get whatever my DNA I put on her, you trying to lick it. You know what I'm saying? You on some Diddy, you want to take it and rub it on your chest. That's what it's like. I be creeped out when dudes want to talk to my woman. I be thinking this dude really like me. All these women out here, why you obsessed with sleeping behind me? Something wrong with you. You obsessed with that. I don't know what that's about. I can't never see myself a woman with somebody, I sleep with her, act like I won something. Like, yeah, I got your B. Like that's some sick nut. That's a nut. You just smutting out the race, basically. Basically, y'all like to smut the black women out. That's because y'all gay. The young black man. The young black man, feminine, emotional, feminine. So many of them gonna go to prison because they overreact on their emotions. They gotta do crimes. They get caught within 2 days. That dude that sprayed all them people in Chicago, they caught him already. Yeah, goofy. He just jumped out the window like that. He going to prison forever. Man threw his whole life away. Shot 18 people, unalive 4. Got caught already. Threw his life away. Threw his life away. And it's because you ain't creating no other type of culture. You know what I'm saying? Pharaoh, so when you see these brothers get on, you're going to see a lot of brothers in there. They're going to be complaining about drill. One day ask them, what kind of music are you supporting or you trying to grow? They ain't going to say nothing. How do you constantly complain about a music, but you ain't working to create another music? Make that make some sense. That's like you don't go and you don't never cook no vegan food and you just keep complaining about hamburgers and meat. You're like, hamburgers and meat ain't no good. Hamburgers and meat ain't no good. Hamburgers and meat ain't no good. And you never got no vegan food. You never go push no vegan food. You just keep talking about how you don't like meat. Okay, show us what you like. No, I'm going to tell you what I don't like. You know, I'm just going to talk about what I don't like. I'm not going to help create what I like. Why would I do that? I just want to constantly talk about what I don't like. It's the craziest shit ever. That's why I don't be complaining about rap music. Why? You ain't making nothing else. Who fault is it you ain't making no other kind of music? Well, somebody came over here and told me, go listen to these people. They make music. Listen, when you make rap music, you create a rap culture. So if you're gonna make R&B music, where is the R&B culture? So no, those people ain't gonna go nowhere because you got no outlet. You gotta have an outlet. Why would I go, as in the record business? Why would I make an R&B song? I would never produce an R&B song or a singing song. Never. There's no social life to sell that, or where I'm gonna sell it at. Where I'm a, You have to have an outlet for this stuff. You have to have a lifestyle to back it up. If it wasn't for church, you wouldn't sell no suits or no ties. The reason everybody want to be a rapper is because you can rap by yourself. You can't find nobody to want to do nothing with you. So I want to be a musician. I can't find nobody to do nothing with me. Everything now you got to do it by yourself. That's why I support rap, because they got to do it by themselves. The black man don't work together. The black man don't work together. So what else can Shorty do? What happened to New Edition? They couldn't work together. Most of the R&B groups couldn't work together. You got the one R&B group, two of them was twins and they hated each other. So that's why rap is so powerful, because I could do it by myself. I ain't got to wait on you. I don't got to wait on you to promote. I ain't got to depend on you to get to the show on time. Well, we got a group and we supposed to be on stage at 8 and dude don't show up. You got an old dirty bastard in the group. Now, that was the Whispers, I think. That's the Whispers with the twin brothers, if I'm not mistaken. They twins. They hated each other. They still hate each other today. So that's what made rap music blow up. Because you don't got to wait for nobody. That's why bands fell apart. Because you got to wait for somebody. Yeah, they hated each other. They hated each other. They hated each other. They ruined the group. A lot of brothers didn't make, the rest of the brothers didn't make no money because of them two. So that's why rap took over, because I don't got to wait on you. Put the beat on. It's Pharaoh. I'm doing the Mandami. Yeah, I can't be waiting on you. Oh, no. They can't be waiting. That's my whole point. So you say, Pharaoh, they can't be waiting. What you saying? I'm saying we got to have some unity. We got to have some relationship unity. We got to have some brotherly and sisterly unity, or you can't have no festivals that was built when you had unity. See, a lot of people don't understand that. These festivals was built when we was living a certain kind of way. To maintain the festival, you have to keep living the same type of way. If we change the way we live it, we won't be able to keep the same thing going if we different. We had some form of unity then. We had bands. We had groups could show up and perform. It's not Frankie Beverly. It's Frankie Beverly and Mays. It's the Isley Brothers. So you've got the unity. The crowd is in love. Husbands and wife, fiancés and stuff. You can't get rid of fiancés, get rid of dating, get rid of black couples, and then do what? A festival for what? These things was created with couples, marriage, not a bunch of weirdos going somewhere by themselves like you got now. Y'all festivals, a bunch of single weirdos at the festival. Be horrible. Piles of ladies here, straggler dudes there. Nothing. If you singing love songs that don't apply to these losers, they ain't in love. They're a bunch of fucking weirdos. You need couples out there to sing love songs. You need people in love. Not a bunch of whores and whoremongers that just sleeping all around. Ain't nobody making no music for y'all. The music don't apply to no whores and whoremongers. What we gonna sing? Huh? We gonna sing Smokey Robinson? Dun 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 dun. How can I resist this buzz down around town? She fucked everyone. And I'm a hoe too. Brother, I want to fuck behind you. I wanna fuck your bitch. Hey, 'cause a love like mine will never ever be. Huh? That what I was supposed to sing? That what I was supposed to sing? Because that's what I would have to sing. I saw you getting bust down in the rain. You was holding hands with another man. That's what I'm supposed to sing. What I'm supposed to sing. You know what I mean? It's y'all thing. What I'm supposed to sing. Huh? What I'm supposed to sing. I don't know. I don't know. What I'm supposed to sing. I don't want to have no babies. I'm a grown ass man, but I don't want to have no babies. You know what I'm supposed to sing? I can't sing nothing intimate. Y'all ain't no lovers. Y'all ain't no kings and queens. Y'all weirdos. How am I have a weirdo fest? How am I have a weirdo fest? That's what white America fighting. They trying to keep the family alive because they know that's where they money at. That's the only reason they beefing with LGBTQ. They know LGBTQ messed the money up. They don't mind them doing that, but they don't want to make that mainstream because that's no money. That don't equal no money. That don't equal no babies. That don't equal no marriage. That's not gonna bring in no money. That's a lost wages. No children mean no money. It's not like being against nobody because they sexual preference. If you make that mainstream, you're gonna go broke. You ain't gonna make no money. How you gonna make money living like that? You know how much money you make being families, having children? That's a whole industry. That creates jobs for everybody. Who gonna drive the school bus if ain't no kids to go to school? How you gonna sell school uniforms when you don't got no children? You don't want to have no children. I see young brothers talking about they don't want to have babies. Bro, you saying you want to be broke. You're gonna be broke. Y'all gonna be broke. Keep on. Y'all gonna be flat ass broke. There's gonna be no money circulating. When you add technology to, y'all gonna be broke. There's ain't gonna be no money circulating. I mean none. You go in the black community now, there's no money circulating. It look like a ghost town. No money. They ain't got no children. You go to the parks, ain't nobody at the park. You go to basketball court, ain't nobody at the basketball court. And right now, ain't nobody out, ain't no children. They don't got no bicycle shop. Show me a bicycle shop. America not selling no bicycle. As a matter of fact, a lot of these kids don't know how to ride a bike. Dudes, dudes grew up and never rode a bike. They don't ride bikes. It's dudes now, 20 years old, that don't know how to ride. They never rode a bike. Because nobody rode no bikes. They ain't had no bike. These kids ain't got no bikes. They don't know how to ride no bike. I'm telling you. The only ones know how to play basketball stuff, they have to do it at school. They ain't hooping like that in the hood like that no more. They ain't our children ain't getting no physical activity like that no more. They ain't playing no hide and go seek and all that. They ain't doing none of that no more. When you go for Halloween, all you gotta do is go outside Halloween, you ain't gonna see no children nowhere. You ain't gonna see no lights on. You know, they turn the light on, me, we got candy. Ain't nobody gonna have no candy. Maybe one house on the block. I had to take my daughter down to the alderman's office so she could get some candy. Look, Christmas, dead, dead. Halloween, grown people took it over. I show you, I told you they mentally retarded. Halloween is for grown people. That's a fact. They putting on the costumes now. The grown people then took Halloween from the children. You glad your kids not having no kids? That's because you stupid. That's because you're a dumbass. Of course, you glad your kids ain't having no kids. You don't want them to have no kids, or you glad they ain't had it because they kids while they kids. Maybe I misunderstood you. You mean you glad they ain't having kids while they kids? Or do you mean you don't want them to have no kids? I gotta apologize. Maybe I misinterpreted you. Because kids ain't supposed to have kids. So I don't know. That sounds crazy. So I don't know what you're saying. So I might have misunderstood that, Juicy. What you saying? You saying you don't want them to have kids while they kids. Well, of course. But I'd rather my son get a girl pregnant when he's 16 than to not have no kids at all. If my son get a girl pregnant when he's 16, get another girl pregnant when he's 20, then get married, have another kid when he's 24, I'll take that. I'll take that over a motherfucker wait till you get 24 and have one kid. I'd rather my son have three babies by three different women by the time he get 24 than my son to be 24 with just one motherfucking baby. On my soul. That's an absolute fact. I'll take three grandbabies over one legitimate one. I'll take two illegitimate grandbabies and a legitimate one over one motherfucking baby all day. Well, the African guy, so I don't know. I didn't understand what you were saying. For real. I take the babies anywhere I can get them. Facts. The baby's gonna be more valuable than anything else you got. There's nothing more valuable than the babies. The babies is worth a fortune. That's your greatest investment is babies. All you gotta do is put some energy into them, and you sitting on something. That's your greatest generational wealth is children. That's an absolute fact. That's an absolute fact. Generational wealth is children. It's the greatest generational wealth. Having $1 billion and no children to give it to, you lost. You a loser. It's going right back to the system. But y'all antichrist. A lot of people's antichrist. So you don't respect human beings. You don't have no value in humans. You think cars and homes is more valuable than human beings. Cars and homes and jewelry and money is not more invaluable than human life. Not even close. Not even close. I'd rather be struggling with 3 children than to be rich with no children. Any day. Any day. I'll take that any day. Yeah, I'd rather be struggling with 3 children than rich with no children. Any day. Any day. Any day. Any day of the week. Because money just an illusion. You got a big ass house, but you still got to go to bed in one little spot. That's it. You're not going to sleep over the whole house. You got 5 cars, but you're only going to drive one at a time. You got a whole lot of money, but it's just going to be sitting there until you figure out how to spend it. And most of the shit you spend it on, you ain't going to get to use the shit you spend on. You're just spending it. You're not going to eat no $1 million worth of food. You're not going to get no multi-million-dollar worth of sleep. You're not going to drive no multi-million-dollar worth of miles in the car. So all that's illusion. You got a whole big $200,000 chain around your neck, but it ain't more valuable than your neck. Your neck more valuable than the chain. Somebody can cut the chain, you be all right. But somebody cut your neck, I bet you rather get the chain cut than your neck. So if people got their priorities messed up, that's why you don't eat right. But that's a whole nother video. Follow me on Vegan Intel for that. You don't even value your spleen, your colon, or nothing. You get all that money and you go eat cancerous food. You eat cheap cancerous food and they charge you a whole lot of money for cheap shit. They charge you a whole lot of money for a garbage ass steak. That steak is cheap. That steak ain't worth nothing. That's a piece of dead meat. I don't understand what you're saying, Juicy, so I can't really respond. You gotta let me know what you're saying. It's hard to understand the typing over here, Juicy. So when you type, you gotta type in the way I understand. So when you say, I'm glad my kids not having no kids, I don't understand what you're saying. You mean never no kids or not having no kids while they kids? Because if you mean never no kids, that's kind of crazy seeing that you had some. You should have practiced what you preach. Like how you had kids, but don't want nobody else to have none. But maybe that ain't what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Well, they ain't no kids, they grown. So you got grown kids that you call kids. So you got adults that want to have no kids. And you happy that you got some adult children that don't want to have no children, and you say you're not crazy. I don't know what the hell you call it. You don't want you don't want to be no grandmother, but you say you ain't crazy. But what y'all call that where you from? Because I call it crazy as hell. I think you trolling. I gotta get you the hell out of here. Cause you might as well be crazy. You sound crazy. You have 3 babies, but you don't want them to have no babies. You crazy as hell. Listen, you trolling. Come back tomorrow. I might got more tolerance tomorrow. I ain't got no tolerance today. Not today. You hear this crazy shit? She got grown kids she calling kids. They grown. Right? And she don't want the kids to have no kids. She trolling. That might be a boy. Juicy 44. That could be anything, okay? On this social media, people be lying and trolling. That's trolling. You can't believe that because you don't. Who is Juicy 44? You'll be sitting there arguing with somebody ain't got no kids. It might be a man. You don't know who that is. It's the internet. When they start talking crazy like that, you don't know who it is. She trolled. I knew it was a troll. That's a troll. That's a troll. Ain't nobody gonna get on here and say, I got 3 children, they grown. I'm glad they ain't got no children. First off, ain't no way you gonna have 3 children and nobody had no children. She lying. If you got 3 children that's grown, who believe all 3 of them ain't none of them gonna have no children? Y'all believe that shit? That's trolling. She lying. If it's even a she. Come on, man. When you hear something on the internet and it sound crazy, they trolling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my vegan intel is here. It's on YouTube. You can follow YouTube at Vegan Intel. Yeah, go follow. It's a lot of information over there, young world. Yep. This is it right here. www.youtube.com at Vegan Intel. It's popping too. Helping a lot of people over there, trying to get people to take care of their health. But my overall point I'm making about the Essence Festival is this over anyway. They should just let the Africans have it. Let the Africans have it because me as a foundation of Black Americans, I would not support no Essence Fest owned by no Africans. I would not support nobody buying our culture or getting into our culture, even if they black, and then setting it up where Black Americans is coming and Africans making all the money. Then we might as well sold it to some Europeans. If we're gonna let our own so-called brothers and sisters exploit us, because this sounds like exploitation. It sounds like Africans trying to make money off of us, but don't really deal with us. That's what it sounds like to me. So black people shouldn't even go there. That's why Busta Rhymes got up there. Wasn't that what Busta Rhymes said, all that disrespectful stuff? That's why he was comfortable saying that, because he knew Africans was putting the show on. Black Americans shouldn't even support that. I agree with Star. Let the Africans have it. Stop letting them exploit our culture and ain't got no real love for us. Because people said it was mostly all African food. All Africans was selling the food. I told you that the Africans come over here and they just vend to make money at our events. So they just come to our events to make money, but they don't got no love for us. So now they taking it to the next level. Nobody should show up. Nobody going to no African. Let them go ahead and take it, because all they want to do is bring the African music anyway. Let them bring the African music, African food. They can take it. The Essence Festival, let it be in Africa. Then it'll flop. It's only going to be success when they make it look like they're using us. But if you let them have it, it'll be a flop. It'll flop. Period. And just disassociate ourselves with that and say the Essence Festival is over. That those people, that's not the Essence Festival. That's just some Africans exploiting it. And just play it like that. Don't give it respect as a continuation of the Essence Fest. Say, no, that's not the Essence Fest. That's the people bought it. That's the African Fest. Name it something else. Name it something else. That's not, you know what I'm saying? And then if we got some money, then we throw, the FBA Essence Fest. We throw the same title and we go to court over it. And then throw the real one, the real Essence Fest, which is not going to be able to be done because you don't have the music for festivals. Our festival culture is going to disintegrate because we don't have festival music. We only got rap. We don't have no other music but rap. That's all Black Americans got. That's all foundational Black Americans got is rap. Any other music is nothing. It's not getting no publicity. It's not getting no plays nowhere. None of those are stars or nothing. Nobody care about Usher. Nobody care about all of them. They all washed up. They going around trying to do some show. That's why a lot of the R&B singers is trying to do over-the-top sexual acts to maybe they can get some women to come. But as far as Black Americans, we don't got no acts no more. That's why every time we had a show, it was headlined by the Isley Brothers and Frankie Beverly and Mace. They were still the big acts at all our shows until Frankie Beverly was out of here. See, he just passed away in September. So that was our main person. And then the brother from the Isley Brothers, he almost fell out a few weeks ago. He almost fell out. All of the festivals were still booking them two. Those was the headliners for all the festivals. And then we got Patti LaBelle, and we got the little sister with them. And it was Patti LaBelle. They just did a show in Vegas. Okay. Because I know somebody that went. It was Gladys Knight, Shaka Khan, Stephanie Mills, and Patti LaBelle. Right? Them the last ones that they could book if they were going to have the Essence Fest. Those would have to be the highlight. And Stephanie Mills said the show was horrible. She didn't get treated right, and that the show was garbage. because she did this show and she complained about it. She said it was horrible. She said the people that threw it on was trash in so many words. But when those the last four that we got that could represent that type of music, basically that I know of, I don't know nobody else. You ain't got no Ohio players. You got George Clinton, but those type of things, they like some smooth stuff. George Funk stuff is cool, but you need some people that's kind of smooth. And I don't think we got no more. I don't think we got no more for those type of festivals. All the festivals now, if they want to do festivals for older people, they're gonna have to be old rappers. Watch. If they do have black festivals for the old generation, it's gonna be old rappers. It's gonna be Snoop and Twister and like that. Rakim, you know what I'm saying? Cool G Rap, Queen Latifah, MC Light. That's who they're gonna have to go to. Cause they ain't gonna have no more R&B people. They got to do old school rap. Cause Usher not gonna be considered old school. So the only way they'll be able to have an old school event, hold on. The only way they're gonna be able to have an old school event and kind of maybe get some attention, they're gonna have to switch over to rap. But that era that they was pumping, I don't know who no headliners they would have to be able to get nobody to come. Cause BB and CC, nobody really want to see that. That's church shit. Nobody want to see nobody up there talking about Jesus and you trying to drink. Nobody want to see them. Gospel music is like, nah, that ain't no party music. Anybody want to dress up and come out there, nobody talking about Jesus and shit. That'll blow your eye. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't gonna get it. I don't see how we can have no old school festivals no more. Blues Fest, we might be able to pull it off, but they be having a lot of white dudes now at the Blues and Jazz Fest because the black folks don't play no instruments. So a lot of the Blues and Jazz Fest, they up there, they got a lot of younger white musicians up there. What's that called? A tiny room? I just seen Stanley Clark. He had a bunch of white musicians up there. That generation is dying off. And they didn't eat right. So I don't see how the old school, I don't see how that's going to maintain. I don't know who would perform at it. I don't know. I think Freddie Jackson, what happened to him? Didn't he pass away? He looked like he had something. Oh, he's still around, but he looked horrible. So Freddie Jackson is still around. I don't know if he can still sing. Luther been gone since 2005. Uh, Lionel Richie is still around, but he's so rich and he's produced so many big records. I don't know if they can afford Lionel. So I don't know if they'll be able to get him. Those shows, I think he would think would be beneath him. Um, I don't know who they could get. The Dramatics. Uh, yes, the Dramatics are still together and actively performing. So they could get the Dramatics. They could get the Dramatics. They could salvage up some shows. They could get the Dramatics. Let me see. They can get the Dramatics. The Stylistics are still performing. So yeah, they could pull it off. They could pull it off. They could get the Dramatics. They could get the Stylistics. They could still pull off a show. They could still pull off some shows. Matter of fact, the Stylistics is on tour. They're in California on the 11th. They're in Los Angeles on July the 20th. They're in Ontario on August 2nd. They're in Philadelphia on the 5th. They're in Detroit on September 6th. Yeah, they could still, black folks could still put a festival together. Yeah, if they could get the Dramatics, they can get the Stylistics and groups like that. Yeah, it'll be popping. I would even go to that. I ain't gonna lie. I would go to that. So it's not all is not lost like I thought. There is there is a way to still have a festival, but ain't nobody gonna go to no Africa nothing the Africans is control. Nobody ain't going to that. I mean, some people will go, but it's gonna be hard to get foundational Black Americans to go once they find out Africans is then bought it out. Ain't no way. Master P was there, yeah, but that's rap. Rap won't be able to hold that festival. It have to be jazz and R&B. It have to be like Grover Washington, George Benson. You have to keep it in the same realm where you started it. You can't start it one way and then change it. And that's my point. And Black Americans are not making new music that could carry on that legacy. We don't have the radio stations carrying on that legacy. We ain't got BET no more. We don't got Video Soul. We don't have any means to promote R&B. R&B is dead in the water, and love is dead. Heterosexual relationships is dead in the Black community. Marriage dead, dead in the water. Black Americans ain't promoting marriage no more. Relationships, slow dancing, intimacy with women, dating. They ain't promoting that no more. They on some hit it, quit it shit. And then a lot of black men, they like men now. If everybody knew what a lot of these brothers getting out of prison really into, they wouldn't believe it. These brothers is going to prison and doing stuff y'all don't know nothing about. And then they coming out of prison, they ain't telling y'all. They ain't heterosexuals no more. You see the color of this tea? This is some crazy tea. See that blue? It's crazy. It's all from a piece of wood, and it done made about 20 jars out of one piece of wood. Those two groups was on PBS. He was arguing with Mia X. Keith Washington. Yeah, they might be able to pull it off if they put another festival together. Nobody's gonna want to invest in it though. I can't see nobody putting up that kind of money. I don't know. Because you're putting all that money up, and then you got to roll the dice on the weather. You got to roll. You got to roll the dice. I don't know, but I know the festival as it is. It's out the question. Like I'm not going to no Essence festival owned by no Africans selling a bunch of African food. I'm not. I'm not letting nobody pimp us like that. You know what I'm saying? They was bogus for selling it to them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong with people. You shouldn't have sold it to no Africans. As far as going to a festival, Foundation of Black Americans, going to a festival with some people that don't like us, because Africans don't like us. We've established that beyond, you know what I'm saying? They don't like us. So it's real phony for them to have a festival and want us to come. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Because this might make sense. Yeah, it was at the Essence Fest. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense. The reason Busta Rhymes disrespected us at the Essence Fest because the Africans was behind it. Now it makes a lot of sense. I was wondering why he felt so cocky. Oh, see, ain't no way I'm going to that. We're gonna boycott it next year. Yeah, I'm gonna be on them next year. I'm telling Black Americans, don't go to that shit. Don't go to that shit. That's what. Okay, okay. No, don't go to that shit. He was there with all them Africans. He was feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, 'cause when he was in Chicago, he was cussing the crowd out too. When I went to see him with 50 Cent, he was horrible. They was talking to the crowd like they was trash. I said, look at this dude. But I didn't know all that other stuff until after that. If I would have known that then, I would have booed him off the stage. You know, these brothers and sisters from these other places, you know, that's disrespecting us, it ain't gonna be funny if it get out of hand. They're gonna be the first one to say, "Oh, it didn't have to get that serious." See what I'm saying? They're gonna be the first one cop it please if we take it there. You know what I mean? How you gonna come to Chicago backstage with all us backstage like that? You know what I'm saying? I know, bro. I know. Yeah, you know, don't nobody want to go and support some people don't even like us like that. Mm-mm. We need to be trying to put our money together and have big old reparations fest like that. Not no small stuff, something big like that, and get sponsors and stuff for that. That's what we need to be focusing on our own stuff and putting money into the music business so we can get some R&B acts. But you can never bring R&B back without slow dance. When it comes to music, it has to have a dance with it. If it doesn't have a dance or a movement with it, it'll never be that strong. And so this is why we can't bring R&B back because you would have to bring back slow dancing, and and that would help the community a lot because when we had parties, because we there trying to slow dance with the girls, we didn't want no fighting there because fighting don't go with talking to girls. Talking to girls is smooth, and fighting is negative and run the girls away. And so we have to get the young black male back into dating, back into asking a girl to dance and slow dancing with a girl and get that out of their mind that being nice to a woman is a simp. They're teaching young brothers to be nice to a woman is a sucker. We got older brothers pushing that, brothers in their 20s and 30s, pushing that on the babies, telling the babies, you know what I'm saying, that being nice to a woman is a simp, right? Because the women, so many women is breaking their hearts and cheating on them and stuff. But the way to fight women cheating on you is to have strong relationships, to get with a girl and then she cheat with you and get with another one. And then you get with one and she don't. And then y'all have children and y'all get married and y'all buy a house and y'all stay together. Now this one running around, she the one lose. You have to bring that back. You have to bring that back. And if you're scared you're going to put so much money in and lose, then make prenuptials a part of the future of marriage. But you got to make the prenuptial where the woman still could get something because you don't want to make prenuptials based on the woman being no good. Then the man turn out to be no good, doing her dirty. He ain't no good husband. She with him all these years and you want her to leave with nothing? She going to have to leave with something. Why should she spend a lot of time with you and leave with nothing to show for it? So you don't want them to take everything you got, but you got to give up something. You got to give up something. You can't be with no woman all this time, break up with her, don't give her nothing. She put all this time in you, especially if she was cooking and cleaning and take care of you. You can't do that. She spent time in the game, she's supposed to get something. But brothers want to be with these women and then break up with them, don't get them nothing. That's just set up a way for to use women That's why they started giving women money, because these European men was marrying these women, having these women take care of kids, clean house stuff for years, then divorce her and marry a younger one and don't get that one nothing, left her in poverty. So sisters say, no, you can't be getting these women like that, having these babies out of them and leave them in poverty. Is you crazy? See, nobody want to talk about how the men was crooked. They always want to talk about, oh, these women try to take our money. No, the men was foul. They was getting with women and using women till they get old and then go get with a young woman and don't give her nothing and take all his money and stuff with the new woman. This what European males was doing before blacks even could get in the game. This is what white men was doing. It's a fact. This why they came out with alimony. Because men was using women for a long period of time. He's a rich doctor. He's a well-paid doctor. Then he just want to get a new wife and leave her with nothing. And they was like, you can't do that. You just can't have another wife and some more children and leave her with these children and no money. Is you crazy? When she was with you all this time, you made all this money? Because I'm like this, if I'm with a woman and I make a lot of money, that some of that money hers, whether I'm hustling or whatever. If I'm with a woman and I'm making money, some of that money is hers. If she there with me while I'm making this money, she's a partner, no matter how you look at it. To me, should she take my house and all that? Not necessarily. No, that's too much. But you shouldn't be straight and she ain't. That can't go like that. It should be based on what you had when she got in a relationship. If I was rich when she got in a relationship, let's say I got $2 million, I get in a relationship. And when we break up, I got $4 million. Okay, she only supposed to get some of that $2 million that I made with her. That $2 million I made before I was with her, she don't get none of that. But she gets some of the money that I made while I was with her, but she don't get half, not if I did all the work. But she should get a nice portion. She should still, I shouldn't live real good and she live real bad. Hell no. She should be able to live as good as she would have lived if she was my partner in business. If you was my partner in business, you would live good. You got a woman, she with you, that's like your business partner. To me, if you're doing illegal business and you got stuff in the house in the safe, if they break in, they're going to shoot her too. They're going to shoot her, rob her if you ain't there. So how she ain't part of the business? If you're doing stuff, put your life in danger, you with her, you put her life in danger too. If you're doing legal stuff and you're going to get money and she there holding down the house, that's a job. A lot of times the reason they didn't break in your house because your wife was home. Somebody was home. So, I mean, you got to be fair when you're doing business. But black Americans, if they want to have old school festivals, they're going to have to put some money together for these children to play instruments. And I've been saying that when I release this book, I am going to start a fundraiser for children to play music. That's one of my goals. So I am going to start a fundraiser for children to play music, and where we raise money and buy instruments so the children can play music. I think we should be trying to make sure our children can play music, piano and trumpet and flute, and you know what I'm saying? Give them something to do besides just the same old stuff. We got so many children that are probably great musicians, but they never get a chance to find out they're musicians. So you got a son that might be one of the greatest guitar players in the world, but he would never know it. because he never had a guitar. He never been around a music setting. They say music soothes a savage breast. So I believe if we start getting more of our children into playing instruments, it will really calm down a lot of stuff in the community. Because a lot of times when you're in the community, you see rappers be getting in trouble. You don't really see a lot of beat makers getting in trouble. You don't really see producers getting in trouble like that. The ones that actually make the music, they always be content and be already on something. The rappers don't make no music, they just rap on music. But the people that actually make them tracks, they don't be getting in a whole lot of trouble like that. The one brother from Chicago did, but he had mental issues. He had mental issues. He finally got out. I hope his issues better, but people that play music really don't be getting in a lot of trouble that play instruments. They really don't. They find themselves to be occupied. And one thing about it, if you could play an instrument, you can always find a job too. You can play a guitar, you can play a keyboard, you can play a drum. You can always find work. You can play a trumpet. You can always get work. I could work right now because I play music. I can get on the road right now and make good money, real good money. So that's like a skill we need to be like promoting in the neighborhood if we want to really stop crime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it promotes discipline. And then we got to get, black men got to have some more babies. Babies don't cost that much money. Stop letting people lie to you. The most you're going to need is a 3 bedroom because you could put 2 boys in one room and 2 girls in another room. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they always looking for musicians. But we're gonna have to have another baby boom if we're gonna be successful as black people. The idea that we want to get money and we don't want to have babies because they mess up our money is backwards. Babies make more money. It's the best investment. It's just the black man and the black woman gonna have to stop running around and they're gonna have to get in relationships and stay in the relationship. And then if you raise your babies and your babies get grown and you want to break up, that's cool. But try not to break up while you're raising the children. In my last relationship, we didn't break up until the children was grown, gone on by their business. We didn't do that to the children. You know what I'm saying? You don't mess the children up. Keep the children, raise the children. You got to make sacrifices for the family. And if you're a black man or a black woman, it ain't nothing gonna be better than when you see the grandbabies. You think it's exciting seeing the babies. Wait till you see they babies. That's when it all makes sense. Wait till you see them graduate, walk across the floor, a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer. That's when you see the real generational wealth. How you gonna have generational wealth if the generation ain't getting no wealth? The greatest generational wealth is the children and the energy you put in the children for them to make something out themselves. That's more valuable than being at a job. It's great to have a job, but to put a whole lot of energy in the job and don't want to put no energy in raise the children is ridiculous. That's what we have to do. And so that's why I don't like the festival, because it ain't no baby making, you know? We ain't pushing baby making no more. Everybody complain about rap, but the only reason a rap is so bad, because you ain't pushing baby making. When you're not pushing baby making, then you're not going to push baby making music. And baby making music is the only thing that can compete with drill. Conscious rap cannot compete with drill rap. Not at all, because conscious rap does not motivate you to do a damn thing like they try to pretend. Drill rap will motivate you to go out and do violence and do crime. But conscious rap has no motivating factor. That's a fact. Because conscious rap never push no basic principles. It's always make believe, in the air, greater than everything, love, and it's never get a job, make some money, raise a family. Conscious rap don't say that. Conscious rap always some way out bullshit. Y'all ain't never noticed that? It's never nothing basic. It's always a whole bunch of make believe ideology. It don't never be nothing basic. Tell me I'm lying. It don't be nothing basic. It don't teach you nothing. What KRS-One did for the children? Nothing. He said you must learn. He was talking about history and shit. How much money you gonna make learning history? He didn't tell them to learn math, science, go to school, get good grades. He didn't tell them that. He told them to learn about Africa and all this bullshit. Man, you ain't gonna make nobody know and learn enough about no damn Africa or no black conscious shit. You ain't gonna do that. You can't raise no family with that information. Tell our children to go be electricians, plumbers, doctors, lawyers, somebody gonna make some money. Something that's needed in the community. We need optometrists, we need dentists, we need lawyers, we need doctors, we need ear doctors to look when your ears is messed up. We need foot doctors. We need people to put cast on when you break your leg. Radiologists. We don't need nobody to learn nothing about ancient Kemet. That ain't gonna pay nothing. Dr. Ben died broke. Had to give his books to Farrakhan. Gave him to the Nation of Islam. Now we'll never see that shit again because none of that stuff benefit the Nation of Islam. They're gonna bury it. Because they anti-knowledge if the knowledge don't lead you to Allah. So what you give it to them for? The hell you give that shit to the Nation of Islam? We'll never see that shit. They ain't gonna pump nothing but to raise some money in their religion. We gave it to the wrong people. You'll never see that shit. You'll never see that information again because too much of it is contradictory to their religion. And they need their religion so they can get money, so they can live off of the religion. Because their teachings, only one benefit from their teachings is them. Sometimes you can't judge a man until his work is done, and you look to see it to work. And when you look at Minister Farrakhan's work at the end, it don't amount to nothing for us. Unless somebody sees something I don't see, it amount to a whole bunch of talk. It's cool, I talk. But you raising millions and millions of dollars talking. Where is that? You went and got a whole bunch of millionaire March money. You figure if you have all these black people come from all over the country and come to Millionaire March and give you money, you'll go back and you'll put some in the community somewhere. It's their money, it's our money. We never seen none of our own money back. He took it all. Never put a dime from the Millionaire March nowhere in the community. Not a dime. Went and bought a bunch of big houses for themselves. That's what they did. They got property that they family could sell, equity on property they bought, nice land and big homes that they could take loans out on and all of that. But for the black community, they didn't get nothing. A million man marched for what? And if you say something, they come with threats, like the mob or something. They not the righteous. They always come with threats. I was talking about that, and them come to me with threats and stuff. They better be glad and take that shit serious. You ain't the only one. It's a bunch of y'all. So it's easy to hit y'all than it is to hit me. Stop motherfucking playing. You know what I'm saying? You could get hit too. You get through motherfucking playing. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want you to sell you. They want to sell you them damn papers. I would never buy one of them papers no more. For what? I ain't got no money to keep giving y'all. Then when I buy gas, I got to go to some Arabs. I can't even go to black Muslims to buy no gas. They let the other Muslims come in and punk them. Tell me I'm lying. They under Islam. They raise money in the black community. But the only Muslim business in the black community ain't them. They let another group of Muslims come and exploit their community. Think about it. Elijah wasn't for none of that. Elijah did not mess with Arabic Muslims. Elijah didn't mess with Arabic Muslims. They changed the whole. They didn't do none Elijah taught. That's why they was black Muslims. They was supposed to be separated. Farrakhan went and ran right back up to them people. They gave him some money and paid him off. Gaddafi and all them paid him off. Now he they freeing. I seen the last Savior they did. All he kept talking about was them Arab Muslims, them Palestinians, and them all them different type of Muslims. He was praising them. He ain't say nothing about Elijah Muhammad or Black Americans. I said this dude right here. I thought he was the man too. For a long time, I supported dude. I thought he was the man. Turned out he wasn't really that. He was just talking, just a good orator. He ain't standing on shit. So that's what's up with that, y'all. I don't know. I know next year I'll be pushing to boycott that. We can't be putting our money into no Africans like that want gonna exploit our culture. They didn't even have the decency enough to have no black American food. They had African food. One of my friends said a woman was there, it's like almost all the food vendors was African. So they basically made their people a lot of money, took a bunch of immigrants and put them in charge of the money and took foundational black Americans' money and gave it to Africans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they have. So it's like we got to shut that down. I mean, yeah, they own all the gas stations everywhere because we ain't got nobody to go and stand up to get that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta been doing good. They had black mayors, but The problem is our men, when they get money, they just buy a bunch of cars. They don't go buy gas stations because they can buy them just like the Arabs buy them. These rappers got enough money to get together and build a gas station from scratch. They won't do it. And then one gas station to make enough money to eventually have gas stations all over the country. Because every time you build another one, that's more money. They cheated the black food vendors and made it hard for them to sell at the event. I believe it. I'm gonna get some more information, Gina, and I'm gonna have to come back and talk some more. I bet you they did. They came to take over and take the money. And then they'll get on social media and disrespect FBA. We took y'all stuff. They'll say that. You gotta shut them down at every angle. Don't do no business with them nowhere. Now none of these shops, no nothing. Don't do no business. Don't do no business. Cause it's not done out of love. It's done out of war. You know what I'm saying? Just sit back and let ICE get them out of here. Call ICE on their ass. On my soul. Get them deported. Straight up. If it's war, because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like war. If that would have went down, I was a black American food vendor, they did that, I would have called ICE. I don't call the police, but I'd call ICE. I would have called ICE. I would have had ICE raid them. I would have had them raid that shit. On my soul. I would have had them raided. I'm going to tell you straight up. You can chop this up. Anything I say, I'm going to stand on. I'll say it again. If I say it once, I'll say it again. If they played with me like that and I thought they was playing, they was trying to sabotage, I'd have called ICE. Shut the whole damn event down. I would have ruined the whole event. They'll do you like that. That's why black Americans, we ain't saying nothing about ICE. Get these people out of here. These people is not our friends. These people try to compete with us, try to take whatever we got. They don't try to take nothing from the Europeans. They come and they try to take from us. They target us. They try to suck up to the Europeans. If the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be calling ICE on us all day, every day, all day, every day. All day, every day. It's time for black men to stop gangbanging and stuff against each other and get on one page. It's time for black men stop trying to be all this fake international bullshit and stand on foundational black American business. And all you brothers out there with all that international love stuff, we're going to shut y'all down too. Because we ain't hating nobody, but we just standing on business. We got to look out for ourselves. When you're in a situation where don't nobody look out for you, everybody do you dirty, what the hell you supposed to do? Turn the other cheek? They ain't already hit you in both jaws? I ain't got no more cheeks. We just be being too nice. Nobody should show up at that shit next year. Let them take that shit to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Star. Star in the Star Report said, let the Africans have it. He 100% correct. Let them have it. I'm going to make another video on this stating that because you have to make noise. This is our TV. This is our news. So I'm going to make another video saying, let the Africans have Essence Festival. Let them have it. So look, y'all have a good night. Support the channel because without y'all support, I don't have no support. I don't be sweating people for support because money tight out here right now. But any support I could get is the only support I'm going to get because they definitely don't want me pushing the type of content I be pushing. But I will say YouTube making a good move. If you're not using your real voice and you're making videos with AI, they're going to get you out of here because you're cheating. You're making 30 AI videos on 30 different pages and monetizing. And you ain't got to talk. You ain't got to put the work I put in. You let AI do all the work. That ain't going to get it. So y'all stay positive, you know what I mean? Stay positive all the time. Don't let nobody get you off your square. Feel me? You need to link to the video you talked about trademark and parents. Let me see. Let me see. The video I talked about trademarks and parents. I don't know. Oh boy, I don't know. Let me see if I still. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta see. I don't know how long. I kind of remember it, but I don't remember how long it is. Let me look. I don't remember how long it is. How long ago it was I did it. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I don't know when I did it. Give me a minute. You know, I don't know what video that was. Maybe it wasn't a title. So it might have been something I said towards the end. I talked about getting domain names. I don't know where that video is at. I don't know. Registering websites and domains. I don't know. I don't know if that was the title of the video or it was something I talked about towards the end. So when you come back, I might be able to figure it out. But if you send me more details, I'll just do it over. What part you interested in learning about? Registering the website? Registering the website with the trademark company? Getting all the email addresses from what? Because registering with the trademark company, I just did that. Again, I just trademarked something. The best way to trademark is go straight to the trademark place. Don't let nobody else do it. Go straight, right? Watch this. Hold on. This the best. This the best way to do it, right? This the best way to do it, right? Go right here. No matter what nobody else tell you. Go right here to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. This is where you go. Okay? People gonna tell you all kinds of stuff. This is where you go. Then you see right here where it say my USPTO. I'm not gonna hit it because my email stuff gonna show up. I don't want to show that. Then you hit that and you sign up. This is where you go. You go straight to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Don't you go to nobody else. Don't go to nobody else. Go to the United States Trademark Office. Don't go to nobody else. Period. Go there and do it yourself. Don't go to nobody else. Don't go to no third party. Go there yourself and open up an account and figure it out and apply for your trademark. And then once you go through the process one time, right, you good to go. Okay? If you want to get an email, don't go here. Don't go nowhere else. Go here. If you want to get an email, you go here. I don't care what nobody tell you. Go to register.com. Don't go to GoDaddy. Don't go to none of them. Go to Register.com. You understand? Don't let nobody tell you about no discount shit or none of that. You want to get an email address? You could go to register.com, but that don't make no sense. Because why would you go there when you could just go straight to Yahoo or just go straight to Gmail? So if you want a Gmail account, just go straight to Gmail. Listen, if you want, listen, hold on. Bam. You want a Gmail, you go to Gmail. You want a Yahoo, you go to Yahoo. Right? Period. If you want your company where it say your company, blah 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 blah, you go to register.com. You want to do all your business with the same people. You don't want to be jumping all over the place. You understand? And you want to go to the big boys. You don't want to go to the little boys, okay? Or you go to Gmail right there and do it. Right? Now you could go to GoDaddy. People go to GoDaddy, but I don't. I don't. Nah. If you want a business Gmail, go to the pros. Go to Gmail. Well, don't go to nobody to get you a Gmail account. They gonna have to get your account. Gonna have to be a Yahoo or Gmail. That's all you want to use, cause that's gonna work and interface with all your stuff. You can go right here and you can create your business email account. That would be my advice. You know what I'm saying? That would be my advice. Or like I said, you can go to register.com and do all that at register.com. You know what I'm saying? You could do all that at register.com because you don't want to have to go to this one for this, to this one for that, to this one for this, to this one for that. I would, if you're a business person, I would go to register.com because now you got an account at register.com, so you can always do your domain name. You could do everything right there with one company, and it ain't like I don't really like GoDaddy. It just seemed bootleg. You know what I'm saying? Because they came later. I was dealing with these people. It wasn't no GoDaddy. So these was the original people. Then GoDaddy came later. You know what I'm saying? I like to deal with the big boys. So I do at register.com. You know what I'm saying? You can go right here, see? Make a strong impression with a professional email address. Boom. So you can get your thing at your company. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom, boom at payblackAmericans.com. That's what I got. You know what I'm saying? That's where I would go. I can't advise nobody else because I don't know. I don't deal with no bootleg people. You know what I'm saying? So I never mess with GoDaddy because I was doing it before them. They came later. I've been at register.com for years before there was a GoDaddy. Then I remember when GoDaddy came out. You know what I'm saying? So why would I deal with like the dudes playing catch up? You know what I'm saying? Right? When y'all doing business, don't deal with the dudes doing catch up. Do with the bosses. First, if you got a business, get three. Listen, if you got a business, get three email accounts. Get a Yahoo account and get a Gmail account. Then go get the whatever name you want at your business account. So you got all three of them, right? Because you don't want to be using your business account for a lot of stuff you be doing. So a lot of people you be contacting, say your business is one aspect. You get one aspect at Gmail, you get one aspect at Yahoo, right? Then you get, your name at one aspect. Now, your name at one aspect, you don't use that unless it's with big companies. All them other companies where you ordering shit, use Yahoo and Gmail. Do not use your company email only for the big stuff. You ain't gotta look big like that. Don't nobody care about your email like that when you're trying to order materials and stuff. They don't care. That ain't gonna make you look no better. So my account at payblackAmericans.com, I don't use that hardly none. I use payblackAmericans at Gmail. Payblacks. I use Payblacks at Gmail and Payblacks at Yahoo. That's what I use. I use Yahoo and Gmail. And then that business one, I only use that for the highest level of business. That's it. Other than that, I don't want them to hack. I don't want nobody to hack my main business email. Hack the Gmail into Yahoo if you just got to, because they got better protection. See, Yahoo and Gmail gonna give you the top protection. I'll tell you something else too. I need to do a whole thing on this, don't I, y'all? And get this. Get this. The Titan security key. I will do this tomorrow, and I will go through all of this thorough. Okay, where's my other one? Where the other one? Here you go. Look. Giving y'all a game. I got both kinds. I haven't used this one yet. Titan security key. Titan security key. If you go to your computer and you try to log into my stuff, if you ain't got this key, it's not gonna log in. You're not gonna be able to hack my YouTube or none of my important sites. You will not be able to get in it unless you got this. And you're gonna have to stick this in the computer to log in. And if you ain't got this, you cannot log into my account. All by itself. If you ain't got this. If you ain't got the Titan security key, and I got this one too. I haven't even used this one yet. I haven't even used this one. If you ain't got this, You can't hack me. I'm hack proof. I'm hack proof. Wow. The Titan security key. This will make sure, because some content creators have had people going and delete their whole YouTube. Gone. So all they work, gone. You cannot log into this YouTube if you don't got this. If you don't got this, you can't go, and you can't go through a phone either. When I go on my phone, I got to use this. It's gonna tell me, you want to go into your Google? Oh, you got the key? If you got the key, you can't go into none of my Google accounts. Not a one. They all up under this key, and you don't have to register them all. As soon as it's registered through your thing, it's gonna work. Boom. Titan security key. Bam. All you content creators and stuff out there. If you ain't got this, you slipping. You're gonna get hacked. They're gonna delete your whole page. I would do a whole video on internet and business later on today. And I'll go back and cover all of that. But all that fancy, your business email, yeah, you want to have that, but you don't want to use that like that. You only want to use that rarely for like big businesses. If it's a big business, you ordering merchandise, you want to use that. But if it's some small business, you ordering hats, you order t-shirts, man, man, listen, hit me at so-and-so at Gmail. Shit. Hit me on the Gmail. And another thing. You don't use you use your Yahoo for everybody. If you gotta send somebody your email, you send them to Yahoo. The Gmail you only use for business. So all your logins, you use Gmail. You use Gmail for your YouTube. You use Gmail for your Instagram. You use Gmail for that. And then your messages or friends, you use Yahoo. So if I want you to contact me, you got to contact me at Pharaoh El-Aton at Yahoo. Pharaoh El-Aton at Gmail, I only use for business. Another thing, if you're trying to start a business and you're trying to think of a name and you come up with a name, the first thing you do is open up Yahoo, open up Gmail, and see if you can get that Gmail in that Yahoo. So if it's Sunrise Express, open up Yahoo, you say Sunrise Express at Yahoo. They say it's available. You're like, you go to the Gmail, Sunrise Express at Gmail. It's open. You want to match them first. So you might have to be Sunrise at Sunrise whatever 1, and then Sunrise whatever 2 or 1. They both say 1. You want to make sure you got the same name before you open the Yahoo and the Gmail. And when they both go, then you go. That's another thing. Pre-test your Yahoo and Gmail when you start your business and make sure you can get those both to match. Because I don't want you to hit me at green dial at Yahoo and green dial 2 at Gmail. I want a green dial at Yahoo and green dial at Gmail. They both got to say green dial. I want all that to match. I'll talk about that tomorrow. And I go and I make sure I could get my X account, my Instagram account, my YouTube. I make sure I could get all of that. And once it's all clear, then I get them. So I have all them open to make sure I can get all of them. Because sometimes if I can't get it, I'll change the name. So I'll be checking. Can I get this on Instagram? Yeah. Can I get this on X? Yeah. Can I get this in Gmail? Yeah. Can I get this in Yahoo? Yeah. Bet. And I go get them all. That's how I started a business. I check to make sure all that stuff is available. I don't want to start a business. Found, damn, I can't get Pay Black Americans say Yahoo shit. So I checked to make sure when I started Pay Black Americans, I checked to make sure everything is Pay Black. I can get Pay Black. I got Pay Black on everything. I got Pay Black on TikTok. I got Pay Black on Instagram. I got Pay Black on Facebook. I got Pay Black on Gmail. I got Pay Black on Yahoo. I made sure before I finished any of them. Facts. If you're trying to start a business, I'm going to do this over, but for y'all, I'm going to show you tonight. Watch this. Watch this. This is how I started a business. Boy, y'all need to be supporting the channel. Look, this is how I started a business. I'm gonna give you a game. Let's say you want to start a business. It's called, let me write down so I don't forget. It's called Trumpet One. Right? This is how you start. This is how you find out if that's the name you want to use for your business. So if I want to start a business called Trumpet One, you're going to go to register.com. You're going to put in www.trumpet1.com. And then you're going to search. Look, trumpet1.com is unavailable. That means somebody using that already. So you know not to name your business Trumpet One. You know, don't name your business Trumpet One because somebody already got trumpet1.com. This is how you pick a business name. So then I go, okay, www.trumpetboss.com. Maybe I figure I like that name. Then I do search. Good news. Trumpet Boss is available. Boom, I could go right here now and I could buy it. Bow, trumpetboss.com. Oh, that say Trumpet Store. But it say Trumpet Boss is available. So, Trumpet Boss is available. Let me make sure one more time because it said, yeah, good news. Your domain's available and has been added to your cart. So look, I got Trumpet Boss. I ain't logged in. But yeah, they got that added to my cart, but I ain't got no cart because I ain't logged in. Boom. And that's how you know, boom, Trumpet Boss is open. Then, what I tell y'all, right? Y'all still with me? Right? So then Trumpet Boss is over. So what would I do? Just what I told y'all. I'll go. All right, hold on. I'm gonna do this tomorrow because I think everybody needs to see this. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Right? So then right? So then I go to Gmail. right? Watch this. And I'll do it tomorrow. I'm just going to show y'all one little piece. This is how you do it. So now I found out Trumpet Boss is open. Then you're going to go to Google and you're going to put in, oh, I got to put in a fake name. Rah, rah. Rah, rah, rah. You go next. Any birthday, January 23rd, 1965. Gender, rather not say. Boom. Then, here we go. I go, Trumpet Boss. Trumpet Boss at Gmail. Is it there? Ah, it's taken. It's taken. So now I want to start my business as Trumpet Boss, but Trumpet Boss is taken. So I'll go Trumpet Boss Music. Available. Bam! Right? Available. Trumpet Boss Music. But I won't use it yet because I got to do what? I got to go. I got to go where? I got to go. Right? So now what would I do? Now, right? Y'all still here? Now I will go to what? Yahoo. Same thing. Rah, rah. Trumpet. Big Boss. Music. Password 111946 WED DDD. It say medium. It's all right. I don't know. Then I go January 22nd 1963. Is Trumpet Boss Music at Yahoo available? Oh, okay. One more. Rah. Rah, rah, rah. Password 1111 WRT. Okay. TTT. All right. It's available. It's available. It's available. Bam. So now I got Trumpet Boss Music at Yahoo, Trumpet Boss Music at Gmail. I got www.trumpetboss.com. That's now you in business. That's how you do it. And you rocking and roll. Then I go start looking at my social media. And you rocking and roll. You rocking and roll. You go look at your social media, same thing. You go to your social media. I don't think I could do this. I got to do this on my phone, I think. Then you go to social media, do the same thing. And that's how you get your business off the ground. That's how you make sure nobody got your business name. Because if somebody got your business name, they're gonna be then registered it, and register.com is gonna show it. Register.com, if you can get your businessname.com, that means there's nobody else has it. So that's going to also raise your chances when you go to trademark. When you go to trademark, you're going to be straight. Always use register.com to see if your business is available to even use that name. That's how you find out if you could even use that name. You go to register.com and put it in there. Name my company, .com. Oh, it's not available. Oh, I got to come up with another name. And that's where I come up with my names. I come up with my names on register.com. So when I started Pay Black Americans, uh, I'm putting stuff in there. It's gone. It's gone. I'm thinking, dang, man. You know what I'm saying? And I say, okay, payblacamericans.com. It said available. Bah! You know what I'm saying? It said available. I was like, bang. So anytime you try to start thinking of a business, go log into register.com and just think. And when you got a name you like, you put it in there.com. Ah, it's gone. Ah, you think of another name. You go put it in there. Oh, it's available. Oh, grab it. Because you could tailor your email. You could tailor your email. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. I use register.com to tell me if the business is available. You know what I'm saying? So if you go to register.com, I'm going to do it. Watch this. Watch this. Man, I'm giving y'all game over here. Support the channel. Look at this. If you go over there right now, you go www.veganintel.com. Guess what it's going to say? Unavailable. If you go say www.payblacamericans.com, guess what it's going to say? Unavailable. Because I got it already. And you do that, and you straight. Your trademark gonna go straight through, because if anybody was trademarking, I keep all that with that same name or close to it. I might change it to Pay Blacks. Pay Blacks, Pay Blacks, Pay Blacks. All my social media, all that stuff is Pay Blacks. I didn't put the Americans too long. You want to follow Pay Black Americans? Follow Pay Blacks on X, Pay Blacks on Instagram, Pay Blacks on TikTok. And bam, you rocking and rolling. And that's how you find out if it's a good name you picked. If anybody else got the name and you rocking and rolling. If I got an idea for a good business and I don't want to open it for 2 years, I still go get the domain name. So when I get ready, can't nobody steal my name or my business. Nobody gonna want to use that name if they can't get .com. They ain't gonna want to use it. If anybody search me, I'm not gonna pop up the business wheel. If you go pay, let's see, Black Americans. Let's see. Okay, if you say Pay Black America, I never did it. Search. It didn't search it because it don't know I'm looking for a business. It think I'm making a statement. So I would have to go like this. I'd have to go payblackAmericans.com. There you go right there. Right at the top. Bam. There we go. Bam. There we go. You know what I'm saying? I'm still designing this. I don't even got this ready yet. That's why I've been saying that I'm still building it. I got a lot of merch I gotta put over there. You know what I'm saying? If I search pay blacks, let's see what happens. If I search pay blacks, it might not know what I'm looking for. It think I'm saying a word. You see. There you go. I gotta put it together. You search pay blacks, there you go. Instagram, X, Facebook. There's a company called Pay Black Co. But there you go, it pop up. Even me posting about it pops up. Yep. I'll do this tomorrow in full for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how you start a business. And that's how you protect your business. That's how you protect your business. You get that domain name, boom, you get them emails. Ain't nobody gonna want it. You know what I'm saying? Chump change. You just throwing out chump change. And you in business. As soon as you do that, you're in business. You don't need no merchandise. You don't need no website. You don't even got to go open the website. You got that name. So now when you find a page to open the website, you already own www, whatever that is. All you're going to do is going to show you how to connect to your website and you in business. Just like that. You in business just like that. You got your domain name, you got your Yahoo, you got your Gmail. Then you go get all your social media. Then you attack. Think about it. Yahoo, free. Gmail, free. Think about it. Register.com, that's going to be like $30 or something like that. The mastering company, what's dude's their name? Um, where they at? Sterling Sound. Sterling, the best in the game. At least in the top 10 in the game. Right here, Sterling Sound. But this ain't the one I use. This one is in. I use this one. I use the one in. New Jersey. This who do my stuff right here. Joe do my stuff. Joe Laporta, tell him Pharaoh sent you. Joe do all my stuff. Without Joe, Joe do all my stuff. See, he did this for Future in there. Yeah, Joe do all my stuff. See Metro Boomin over there. Yeah, Joe do all my stuff. And I'm saying he gonna do all my singles I'm finna release for my solo projects. Yeah, that's my man. Your mastering gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do it right. You know what I mean? And that's why, as a record label, I can't mess with you if you playing. They go to J. Cole. He did the J. Cole song. See, man, listen, I don't know why my Cash App and stuff don't be going crazy. You seen it yourself. J. Cole, Metro Boomin. You already know what it is. This is really, nobody gonna tell you none of this, okay? This is the top in the game. This the top. This the top in the game. I need to hit him. Let me see. Yeah, I hit him. I hit him later. This the top in the game, though. Come on. This the top in the game. I don't want to put my information up here, so I ain't gonna do it while I'm on live. But these are top in the game. Feel me? It don't get no bigger if you don't get in the music business. You know what I'm saying? This the top. This ain't the bottom. This is really it. Okay? If you ain't gonna be, that's why I don't be wanting to sign nobody. You know what I'm saying? I don't be wanting to sign nobody because it's too much money and I'm trying to do it at the top. And if I sign you a rapper and you penny ante and I'm putting all this big money and you don't want to work, you just wasting money. You know what I'm saying? You just wasting money. That's why I'm my artist now. I'm not gonna waste no money. When I put my songs out, you can bet I'm gonna promote the hell out of my song. I'm gonna have about 3 videos for each one. I'm gonna have shorts. I'm gonna have 3 videos for one. When I do one song, I'm gonna probably have 3, 4 videos. I'm gonna have about 10 shorts, 10 different. Man, you gotta work, man. I'm gonna get some real good cameos, and I ain't gonna pay no whole lot of money to shoot it either. I ain't gonna pay no lot of money to shoot that. Mm-mm. But I'm gonna make the video interesting so you watch it. So look, let me get out of here. Tomorrow I'll do all of this. I'll go back through the whole business move tomorrow live. Well, later on in the day, I'm gonna go live. I'll go through the whole demo. It's 5 in the morning, so I don't know. I don't even think I'm gonna go to sleep. I might just do it in a few hours when everybody wake up. But thanks y'all support the channel, and it's always stay positive. It's positive energy all the time. You got to stay positive. Let everybody know they need to come over here this evening while I go through all these business moves for the basic upcoming person that get into the game. I'm going to show them the game straight up. All right? Victory.